The Galactic Soul, the Honorable Brother, the Revolutionary yourself, Darius Lockhart, and I'm here to tell you to watch Powerbombshells every Sunday at 1 p.m. Eastern on the Fight Game Media YouTube channel. That's right, every Sunday at 1 p.m., and that's on time, every time, because when we stand together, what time is it? That's right, it's nation time.
Welcome to Powerbombshells 220. Holy crap, I said 220. I think we're on the wrong side, Sam.
We are.
I'm Mel. That's Sam. Right down there is Keila Cash, happily joining us. Happy to have her joining us, if I can get my words in the correct order, for the pre-show that is late, even though the pay-per-view is early. So, but listen, all right, tech and wizard time, and I don't know if anything's in retrograde, but
no, it's done. Happen. We're out of retrograde. I mean, we're in the shadow period, but Mercury stationed direct Thursday. So.
Well, then it's entirely our fault, and you're just going to have to deal with it. So. Sam, are we on the wrong side?
We are.
All right, let me fix that before I confuse myself and the people.
Yes. So we're here.
Hello, everyone.
As a reminder, we're here for the inaugural Redemption pay-per-view. That is at 7 p.m. Eastern, not 8 p.m. Eastern. So don't forget, they're an hour early this time. Somebody asked on the media call if Tony Khan was going to make this a regular thing. He said, well, the next pay-per-view is early as well. Obviously, at least here, it will air earlier. And so he said he's just trying things out. So we'll see. But football season is starting soon. So, and pay-per-view shall be moving back to Saturdays soon-ish. Soon enough, I guess. Because I think isn't All Out in Chicago, isn't that a Saturday? I think.
I bet you it is. If it's in August, it most definitely has to be.
No,
right?
It's September because August is All In.
Then it definitely is because football season starts in September.
All In is on a Sunday though, because it's the bank holiday in the UK. So in September, I believe All Out is Saturday. I believe it's a Saturday. Because All In's on the All In.
But I mean, NFL is about to.
Yes, that is correct. The buy-in is at 6, so we'll try not to take you till 6 o'clock.
In spite of our late start, we will make sure that we get you there on time.
Thank you to everybody in the chat, and thank you for. I see that you were talking amongst yourselves, which we love because we are glad that we have a community that can do that. And then also there is a post show after the pay-per-view. Keila, are you on the post show?
I will be in the bed asleep because even though Tony's trying to do us a favor tonight by going earlier, sadly for me, I will be in the bed. I have a 5:30 wake up call.
Oh my goodness.
I will have to wake up and watch whatever is said later on this very channel and Wrestling Observer. So I'll be knocked out to the gods.
That's understandable.
Totally
understandable.
I assume is it Jeremy and Garrett then? That are doing the show?
Yes, I believe so. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so
maybe they'll get Mike. Maybe they'll get like a Mike Gilbert or a Kevin Ely run in randomly if those two are like up and weird. I mean, you never know with those guys. I like that Mike quit podcasting and then like went on a podcast with Garrett like the very next day.
Yeah,
like, I'm not podcasting.
He tweeted anymore? 2 hours. He tweeted and said his retirement lasted 2 hours.
Well, I mean, longer
than
some, and no. I mean, is that the world's shortest retirement, or?
Yeah, probably so. Nikki says to wrap this up earlier so she can take a cat nap before the pay-per-view. And yes, All Out. Thank you for the confirmation. All Out is Saturday, September 26th.
Awesome. That's football season, if I recall correctly. I mean,
I think somebody tweeted today that today is the last Sunday without football for the rest of the year.
That makes sense. I was going to say it's late July. It's got to be preseason starting. I knew that
camp started this week because on day one, one of the Panthers I believe, like one of the LaRon probably knows. I just blanked on his position, but he tore his ACL on the second play. On the first day of practice.
Oh. God, that's terrible.
I was like, please knock on wood. Do not be assigned for the rest of the season.
This is making me realize that the Lions must not be a priority this year because usually Detroit is like, I mean, opening day on every news channel. Like opening day for the Tigers is on every news channel. All the news channels go down and like cover it from the field. Like the sports here is huge. I'm realizing like, why am I wondering when NFL season? I should be hearing about the Lions right now.
Our friend Chris Lee, who comes to the show and works for Ashe, has been down here in Charlotte covering some of the Panthers stuff because he is a sportscaster for WRAL, which is a big station up in Raleigh. And so he has been down here in Charlotte, and I saw that he interviewed Jalen Coker yesterday. He had a nice little interview that was up on his Instagram, so go follow Chris Lee. I believe it's at Chris Lee TV. So Michael says tonight's show is still going past midnight. Tony has 10 matches on the main show so far.
See, that's when we'll be asleep. See, this is why.
This is why you're asleep. I will say, okay, Laurent says the offensive line is in bad shape too. The right tackle has blood clots in his lungs almost the start of the season. Good Lord.
Oh
also,
my God, I'm sorry, you guys.
Roger Goodell was here a couple of days ago because the Panthers are over the next few seasons, they're adding a ton of upgrades for the entire stadium. And so they have like this fancy little video screen that I saw in Chris Lee's story. Actually, I'd read the article in the Observer, but then I was watching Chris's story and it had this like nice little like flat top table, but it had a
Chris
screen
covers
on
the
it.
Panther.
Yeah. And so it was showing like all the different little fancy upgrades. I mean, it's going to be the entire stadium, but I mean, obviously the PSLs are like a priority, so they're getting new stuff up there for the fancy rich people. But Goodell has said that Charlotte would be a good city to host the draft. So,
okay.
And I didn't realize. I knew that it was a big deal, but he was saying that it attracts it can attract 1 million people, and that people travel internationally for the draft.
They do.
We had it here, not last year, but the year before. It was in Detroit, and this city literally revamped. They're still running an e-transit situation that they started for the NFL draft. That's like they kept it because it was so popular. They like helped revamp like some of the people mover stuff. It drew, I think we had the largest one. It was like over 2 million people.
Yeah.
We had the largest one in the history of the NFL here.
Oh, which means that David Tepper is going to try to outdo that.
Yes. I believe it. But I'm telling you, the amount of like from local business, which I was super psyched about. And this is a great city because there is a lot of focus on the local communities here. And that's really awesome. So for Detroit, remember, this city came back from bankruptcy. And it got to host an NFL draft 2 years ago. And that's, I mean, the mayor of Detroit was awesome. The new mayor is awesome. It's the first lady mayor in the history of Detroit. It's awesome. She's keeping it up. Like, she made all of that stuff free. Like, it's just, we built like transit. We built new transit that was like e-transit. We built whole infrastructures. They revamped all the downtown areas that that are historic, that hadn't been upgraded in years, which was awesome. They built like on the back of that, they like revamped an old train station that was like empty and dead. And now they're actually running transit through it. It's like,
wow, what a concept.
That was all. The NFL draft was a giant catalyst for, and if a city uses it properly, which every city is going to have their ups and downs, but the way that this city has been, because Mike Duggan did an amazing job of mitigating gentrification. He controlled it. He basically told people, no, you can't buy a bunch of properties and flip them or knock them down and give them. You have to take these houses and you have to flip them and make them affordable. And they did that with something like 2,300 houses in like 2 years or something. And it's not perfect. I'm not sitting here saying that gentrification, we beat it. No, we didn't. But we made an e-loop that's available to all Detroiters that came from the draft. Like, it had it was awesome. It was another like feather in the cap of a city that's been coming back from nothing and nowhere to being like, I talked to people when I visited, like even for my cousin's wedding, and they were like, I hear Detroit's a great place to move to. And and I'm like, it is. the city's awesome. Like the people, the communities, there's a ton of mutual aid in the city. It's amazing.
That's good.
So it's super helpful for your city. With you guys live in two cities that are pretty socially conscious. Like you could put it to your advantage.
I would hope so. But we have right now we have an interim mayor, and we got to get that under control, get that fixed. And there's some other things, but hopefully it sounds like, I mean, if Goodell is the one saying that, you know, he thinks it would be a good city, and he said he was like, yeah, well, one of the things I thought when I got here and was walking around and seeing everything is like, oh, I thought this would be a good place for draft. So DC's paying attention, and like Laurent said, it's about time, because Teffer was getting shown up by Shad Khan and the Jags. I will say the Jags are closing. They shut down their stadium to have their stuff redone or to have rebuilt, and they're going to be playing elsewhere. Bank of America Stadium will apparently be staying open the entire time, and they'll just have signage, or they'll let people know what's happening. And so they're going to, but apparently they're not closing down at all while they're doing the updates. But I think it's supposed to be completed, I want to say 2030, so it'll be a while. And so I'm assuming it'll be a bit before we get a draft. Someone says having the draft in Pittsburgh was massive to us, and already our reputation has gone up. Yeah, it definitely is something I think that.
And Pittsburgh had a really rough time of it over the last several decades because of how manufacturing and such. And the answer, Crash, is that here in Michigan, we have low tax rates, and surprisingly, everything has gone up. Like everything has gone up here in Detroit and in Southeast Michigan and in all of the Mitten, like all of the peninsula. Mm-hmm. Everybody's seeing increases in everything on the whole. But in terms of like controlling costs, I've lived in Seattle, I've lived in DC, and I've lived in north of Portland, Maine, which is expensive, in New England. I would rather, cost-wise, out of all those cities, this is like, the people around here are remarkable. I'm not just, it's crazy. It's one of the best places I've ever lived. Like, they raise food money. Like the news channels here raise money for the mutual aid food banks all the time. They're constantly doing that. Like, people help people here. It's a weird, awesome vibe. It's like something that it is worth sharing. And I think when people come here a lot, and again, it's expensive to go downtown and eat and park and do all the things in every city. But is it like extortionary? Not as much as I've seen in Toronto or Chicago, or when I've gone to those cities like two weeks ago.
Right.
Where
Yeah.
like, hi, I want $40 for that taco. And I'm like, no, you're not getting that. I'll go make my own tacos in the hotel room for $5.
Right.
Well, not 5, obviously, in this economy.
But right, not in this economy, but
wow, that got nerdy. Sorry about that.
So this has been Football Corner.
No, I want it to go to your city because I believe in people. And I think that it's good for cities. And I wouldn't want it to go to anybody's city. And then just if you have it coming to your city, help. Because there's a lot of nonprofits that get involved when that happens. And that's what elevates the product of how your city puts on an NFL draft.
Yeah.
Like Detroit needed it. So, and I hear nothing with you. We'll be done with city talk, I promise. There are so many people I respect and love who love your city. And so I need to get to your city. It's on my bucket list.
You need to come to our city.
Because I've been to a lot of America.
I haven't been to Keila City in a while. I need to make a trip back down there.
I'm so blessed with the amount of cities I've been able to be in, to hang in this place in America. It's why I like the place and why I don't like it when people kick it around and poop all over it. Yeah, it's great. This is a super, I wouldn't like, that's why I would love to have FU money, because I would throw the biggest rager here and you guys would have so much fun. As long as you bring something for the community cooler, like you saw it at Chris Sampson's house.
Yep.
That's a very common thing. That's like, everybody will get the smoker out. We could triple that amount. We had somebody's 80th birthday a few weeks ago. That'd be like you guys.
Yes. Yeah, that's obviously cookouts and barbecues are a big thing down here too.
Oh yeah, you guys, yeah. It's a lot like where you guys live.
Yep.
Up here.
definitely. Is there a food dish associated with Detroit like Skyline Chili is to Cincinnati?
The Detroit style pizza, which is the square pizza, the ones that Little Caesars made popular, that is a Detroit style pizza that came from around these parts. Also, Domino's is from here. There's also I'm going to say it, the Coney. And what a Coney is now is actually a hot dog with chili sauce. It's not what you would, us East Coasters, know to be a Coney dog, which is slightly different.
Mm-hmm.
But it's largely like that. And it's a hot dog with a chili sauce on top of it and usually onions and mustard. And Coney places, there's two warring Coney places downtown Detroit that are the two infamous Coney places that, if you're going to get to, our friend came recently from Buffalo, New York, and he was like, I asked around and all I heard from everyone is you got to get a Coney. So that's our Detroit staple for you.
He says that they have fry sauce, which is mayonnaise mixed with ketchup. Doesn't somebody else have a sauce that's, I was thinking, there was like a fast food place and that's like.
Is that near you guys or is
this,
that in
no, I was thinking there was like a secret sauce that somebody has that's mayonnaise with ketchup, which of course, because I don't like mayonnaise.
I'm not a mayonnaise fan either, but
Nikki is a mayonnaise person and she sometimes will mix, but I don't think she mixes that often. She's in the chat, she'll tell us, but she's
my
more
sister
of a
also.
pure
So Nikki and Allison
person.
would get along great. They would be able to. Nikki and Al would be like, okay, well, we'll take all the mayo and do our own thing with it.
That's how I am with ketchup. So
that's fair. It's a trade-off. Perfect.
It is.
Teamwork.
Yeah, it works.
All right, I'm done.
Okay, thank you for football and food corner. Which I mean, it did have some overlap with wrestling because we had to talk about Shad Khan for a second, so it all worked out. So yeah, I guess we will get this the wrestling portion of this on the road. I saw some questions about Keila is here.
We listen to the people. We give the people what they want. We
were
were asked explicitly last week, and they were like, "We don't even care if QT's on the show."
However, I do have a QT connection that will come up in shortly.
Can't wait for that.
Oh, it's nothing. I mean, I guess it's nothing really bad, but I just saw it. Curry, at the moment, he is not. However, it is only 1:34 p.m. Eastern time. There is one match announced. We do have the wrestling family that we will be talking about. So it's still early enough in the day that he could be added. You see some Vita Coco cartons around, probably on its way.
QT Watch continues. And as you can see, I'm very calm right now because he's nowhere to be found. If that changes, you will hear my voice go up 2 octaves.
Crash said, always room for TK to introduce some boom and gloom.
Oh, God, no.
Some boom and gloom.
That's pretty funny.
I didn't watch
their new name.
I only saw a part of it, but I saw that Darby did some crazy like jackass stunts with I don't know if Rizzler was there, or if it was just AJ and his son, but I don't know. I didn't get a chance to watch it. I kept seeing it go around. I heard it was, and then I saw something that Darby posted that nobody from the Boom family died. So that's a win. Curry has one factor. Well, if he's on the show, he'll probably be on the pre-show, which is for free, so you can keep your money.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. Hang on to your cash in this economy.
Yeah.
Eggs are like $50 now, right?
Well, now they have stuff on them too. Gotta be careful. Some parasites.
Oh, that's right. I forgot about the poison eggs.
I think the eggs have been hit too. So shocking.
Man, I'm glad I live near people I'm glad I live near chicken tenders. All right. Should I put a picture of one of these things?
Sure.
I'm doing this in no particular order.
That's part of the reason we came in a little late. We were getting the buy-in because we're not, for some reason, this is not 0 hour. We've switched back to the buy-in. So
is this? Am I doing this in the right order? Does it?
It
matter?
does. I don't think it matters because there's only 2 things announced, and I was like, I don't know how much time Tony is giving. Is there? I'm hoping I'm pronouncing this right. Is it Rugo family? I've always seen it, but I've never heard how it's pronounced.
I bet you it's all right.
Rujo.
I was
Rujo.
just gonna say, yeah.
Rujo. Okay. Well, yes, we're dedicating some time to this family because of QT Marshall.
You will find a way to blame him for everything.
It literally is. I was looking it up because I was trying to get information on. I was Googling the family, and apparently, because QT has a wrestling school and they have a wrestling school, they've become friends. And then it was apparently QT's idea, from what this interview said. So I am not blaming him. It's literally true.
So, in fact, he indirectly, by association, is responsible for this. Okay, I'm already pissed off.
Yes. So let me pull up the article. I'll flip back up. And here it says that they interviewed Jacques, who was probably the more well-known. He was the one that was in WWE.
His name was Jacques. How original.
Well,
I'm sorry. It's one of the most famous names in the world.
So Jacques says, QT called me up and asked me if Raymond and I would like to go to the Bell Center. He says they would like to honor the Rougeau, is that how you're deciding? The Rougeau family, the 4 generations. And so they're going to have something. I don't know what they're going to have. Probably a QT Marshall match. She said, I've had a few sleepless nights lately because I'm so excited. I'm so happy. I wish my Uncle Johnny and my dad, who died, and my great uncle would see this moment. Jacques said he hopes the segment will air live on the pay-per-view. Well, it'll be on the pre-show. It says they've never been inducted into the WWE Hall of Fame. And then he says WWE, unfortunately, they don't talk about the family anymore. And unfortunately, they've never put us in the Hall of Fame, which I was bitter about for many years. He later added, and now AEW is coming to Montreal, honoring the family worldwide. That's such a weight off my shoulder. And when I talked to Raymond about it, I saw the sparkle in his eye. He was happy. He was so happy for the recognition for our family. So yeah. So thanks to QT Marshall. Legitimately, they know each other. That's part of the reason. I mean, we know Tony likes to honor past wrestlers, which I think is a really great thing. That he's not doing it for like a ratings grab, like when they do the nostalgia episodes of Raw that they love to do. He genuinely seems to love to honor people who came before, especially in obviously the Hearts are so associated with Canada, rightfully so. But I think that the Rogu family gets overlooked. So
I think this is great. They're from there. It's Montreal. It's the first time there's not like a ceremony like that, which kind of has that pro Japanese vibe or something like that, which is kind of cool. And this is kind of awesome in a way, knowing this now that, except for the QT portion, that part I could do without. Broken Clock is right. Twice a day or whatever, all that,
Oh, thank you. So we also have confirmation that your pronunciation, Rougeau, is a Rougeau is what.
I did take French in a lot of school, so and I lived on that side where, I'm from the Montreal part of America, that's north of Maine, so that was my part of. The French Canadians were, nearby. They would come a visit.
Yeah, I knew that they were at Jacques. Jacques was one of the Mounties, right? When they did the Mountie thing with PCO, wasn't he the other one? I believe so. Somebody I'm sure will confirm. But they were a French Canadian tag team in the WWF in the 80s. They called themselves the All American Boys.
That's the most WWE thing ever.
Curryhead says, I'll tell you what, if I ever meet Keila and Sam in person, I'll buy them a QT Marshall t-shirt and FTR t-shirt. Does QT have shirts? Oh, he does. That one he wears to that way. Then I take that back.
Sure, he figured it out.
You're whacking this man so much for not being on this card. Does he have merch? One shirt that he made himself at home.
Curryhead is like one of the nicest trolls. I mean, I know the nicest troll that is out there, but you are certainly in the nice troll category because I know you would do that as a joke. And Sam and Keila would never spend their own money on said things. But if they were given unto them hilariously, I think that would be funny.
I wouldn't wear it though.
I wouldn't burn it. I wouldn't
burn it, but I'm not wearing
you would have it as a joke. Like, it's funny. Like, that kind of thing.
Oh, yeah.
I enjoy Curryhead's good-hearted ribbing of you.
Set up, I would definitely. But I would have a note, like, I'm not wearing this on. This is not displayed on purpose.
You'd have, like, this is a good-hearted rib from our dear friend Curryhead that's in our chat hanging out with us. But I don't actually support it.
No, I do not actually support it.
I do not endorse any of these.
Oh, okay. So apparently the Outrunners are could be responsible as well besides QT, but they directly said QT because they said they know each other. But they used to team with them. That sounds on.
Okay, that's a little better.
That sounds. Oh my gosh, that match last night between. I don't know if you saw Collision, but Dalton and the Outrunners are the ROH 6-man champions, and they challenged the conglomeration for the trios championships last night, and they should have saved that for the pay-per-view because oh my god, it was so funny. All 6 of them, even Ray was playing it up.
I did see it and I thought they were awesome. I love Truth Magnum and Turbo Floyd. They are so
I do too.
Great.
And I'm a long-time Dalton Castle fan. So
and Dalton too. He's
love them together. They're so.
There were so many suplexes in that match. I was so happy.
There were a ton. Okay, so yes, Jacques was the Mountie. He's also former IC champion, and Jacques teamed with PCO, and they call themselves the Quebecers.
It's like the third time PCO has come up in the last 24 hours. It's random
because he was their tag. I mean, I guess he's probably obviously the more talked about of the two because he's been more active. I mean, he was in TNA for a bit until that went south, and I think he's still doing indie stuff. And then he was making those insane videos on Twitter a while back. He was at the original Starcast because of those social media videos were getting so much attention.
I actually love the Turbo. Like they had their Nintendo meets Marlboro Man shorts on. They have their Newport pants too. They've got Newport trunks. They've been I just appreciated for some reason. I was like, oh my gosh, it's Marlboro Reds and Nintendo. That's hilarious. That brings me back for a minute. It was so cute.
They were great. And then also I was like, I don't know if we should. We talked about this briefly on air or off air. I'm semi-familiar, like I'm familiar with the name of the family and all that stuff, but I believe it was Jacques. Is Jacques the one that has the wrestling school? I want to say that he is the one with the wrestling school.
Probably.
Regardless, a young Kevin Steen trained there, and I was reading the book by JJ. I blinked on her last name. You probably know her on social media as Myth Gifts. She tells these really detailed stories about Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn and their relationship, and she's always got really great insight on why they do the things that they do as their characters. And so she wrote a book about it that I read last year, and it talks about him training at this school and how it was not great for a 19-year-old Kevin Owens because they had to do the same things. Like they had to do the exact same match over and over and over and over and over again for 3 or 4 months in a row. They were not allowed to add anything new. They also were not allowed to wrestle on any other shows at any other companies or they would be banned. He dangled WWE tryouts in front of them. Kevin Owens did not have a great experience there. And he talks about one of the times he wanted to wrestle for another promotion in this, in the territory, and Sami Zayn was wrestling there. It was when he was also early in his career, and he was wanting to do the things that Sami got to do because Sami got to do pretty much anything he wanted, and Kevin wanted that, and he got caught at a show, and it did not go over well. I can't remember the details off the top of my head. I want to say that he temporarily banned Kevin. I believe that he also cost him a tryout. I want to say. So he does not have a great relationship with them. And so somebody joked when this was originally announced that now Kevin Owens is never coming to AEW because we're honoring his ops. Basically. But regardless of that, it sounds like, I mean, good for them for, getting this time. So I don't know how long this thing is how long this is gonna get, because as of right now, there is one single match. Again, I won't be surprised if there's a QT tribute match where he comes out dressed up like a Mountie or some shit. So he can pay tribute.
Oh my gosh. Let's do this. Oops, that's the wrong one. Okay, I did do that. I knew it. I knew that was going to happen.
Oh, you've got it under the other one because I can see it.
What's that now?
It's right here.
Oops.
I can.
Oh. Now Keila's gone.
Yes. Wait, can we put that? Hold on. Where did we have? Didn't we have it before where all three of us were on here?
I had it. Hang on. There we go.
Maybe.
You want to do it like that, or you want to do it like this? This is super fun. It's production in real time, everybody.
It's production in real time.
I feel like it's the Brady Bunch, and we need the music.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't have that on the I gotta get that on here. I gotta remember to do that because
yes,
I need that in the Jeopardy theme on the audio pad. Those I don't have. So. Note to self. So.
So this match was added last night. Speaking of the conglomeration and the Outrunners and Dalton Castle, who yes, Nigel did. He said that Nigel said Truth Magnum was named after a brand of condoms. And Truth Magnum said, "What's a condom?" Sounds very on brand. And Crash predicts that Speedball will be intentionally dressed like a Mountie.
I mean,
Yeah, so this match got added last night. The Lethal Twists have been they've been causing trouble down in ROH, picking up some wins down there. They did this. They've been getting involved in lots of people's business as well. And also, this match had the match last night with the conglomeration. Is that the match? The conglomeration and Outrunners and Truth. Is that the one where they also had the Demand and Jeff Jarrett on commentary? There was so much going on. I was like, what is happening here? And then Ricochet got hit in the head with a Jeff Jarrett guitar because it was in Nashville. And so maybe that's going to get added to the buy-in. I don't know. But anyway, the Lethal Twists have earned themselves a trios title shot against the conglomeration. Keila, you got any thoughts on this one?
Well, no, I don't have any thoughts on this match. Is taking up space. They're blocking QT Marshall, and I hope that remains the case.
Yeah, I was about to say that's about the one positive.
We're gonna get like a 30-minute Roju or I can't even say it now because QT's on my mind. A Rujo tribute for 30 minutes, followed by this match for 10, and then we can go live. And I can't get 10 minutes of my life back from this match, but I'm pulling for the conglomeration.
Always pulling for them.
Yeah, I like all three of those guys so much, and I'm just happy to see them wrestling. So I'm always team conglomeration right now. I know it's creepy and it's funny. We've had some funny Discord conversations about Orange Cassidy's merch, his shirt that's creepy but also brilliant, like the sideways head one where when he hangs the
yes.
I love it. I kind of love it. He's wearing his face on his shirt, like
with a fun, and they sell it in a pack. Like you can buy the set. It's the shirt and the glasses. You get the aviators like his, and you buy it, and so that you can put the glasses on his face like he does.
That's brilliant. That is the kind of merchandising I like to see by somebody.
Crash is also conglomerating. I'm always conglomerating. And then I like that so they all have the yearbook photos of their faces. And then last night Orange wore a shirt, and they have a shirt with all the yearbook photos on one shirt, so that you don't have to buy individual yearbook photo shirts. Now you can buy one that has all of their yearbook photos on it, which was great.
These guys are great. The Jam Sport backpacks will never not be funny in my world.
I love it. They're just the best.
They are. And they prepared Willow, and Willow has her own that looks like she made herself, that she added her own finesse to it. Which, speaking of Willow, and I know we'll talk about her again, but while I'm thinking about it, Doc from Bleacher Report had a really good interview that he posted with her yesterday. So please go check it out because Willow is the best. And she talks about how where she comes from on the indies, she got to do intergender matches and how she wants to do intergender matches and she wants to wrestle Eddie Kingston. Ooh. And she mentioned some other dudes she wants to wrestle. So I know that that's not a thing that Tony really does, except for maybe an ROH. Maybe we can get it down there. But let her wrestle all the men that she wants to.
I'm in for that. She wants to do it. I mean, I used to like playing co-ed because it always made you better. Because you know what I mean? You wrestling it's like a little out of your wheelhouse, but also not, and it makes you better.
Right. Yeah. Half the people buying that Orange Cassidy shirt think it's Ryan Gosling.
You know what?
Hey,
he does look like him.
Yeah, I never thought about it. I wonder if he gets that.
Definitely can see. I've definitely thought that before. And now Ryan Gosling showed up last night, and he's playing Ghost Man, I believe, in the
Ghost Rider. He's
Ghost Rider and the MCU stuff like that was revealed yesterday at the Comic-Con. So you can just think it's Ghost Rider and it's Orange Cassidy. It's fine.
It's awesome. The crossover.
We need Orange on the red carpet.
Yes.
For the premiere, for them to stand side by side. That would be fantastic.
Please, somebody AWPR, please get on this. And you've got the ties to Hollywood. I'm sure MJF can hook him up or something.
Well, because of the way this deal is going right now, per those BJ Vitale articles, Paramount's going to be on the hook for a lot of money to Warner Brothers, so they'll have lots of money to make that sort of thing happen.
Yeah, well, we're just helping you. We're showing you how to spend that money wisely.
Yeah, you can spend that messed up, weird, convoluted deal money. There you go. Crash, I was interested because I don't have a lot of Ghost Rider knowledge. So I don't know. I mean, I like the Nick Cage one for camp, and I don't remember if there were others. If they can do it good, awesome. I'm excited for people who are excited for it. Comic-Con SDCC always brings out crazy stuff. I saw Black Panther 3's dropping.
Aren't they coming out with didn't The Rock announce that they're doing Black Adam too?
That was a troll job.
Okay.
I was about to say.
Because I just saw it.
There's no way they're doing that.
I watched it because my mom wanted.
There's no way Zack Snyder's giving that one the thumbs up.
Explain to her, I was like, we don't want to see this with mom. She's like,
that ain't happening with Zack Snyder.
We watched it. It was god awful, and I wish I hadn't wasted I mean, I know I don't have the comic book background to even understand, but I was like, oh, this is not good.
Sam,
so thank God it was a troll job. I just saw it once and kept scrolling, and so I should have known it was a troll job. But all I know is Moana 2, I think, is struggling, so we're probably going to see The Rock at WrestleMania.
I've heard,
yes.
I have heard that is not being the box office awesome that they were up. I think that a certain Rock is becoming less popular than.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's why he's going to have to come back. He's going to be at WrestleMania in Saudi next year.
Yes.
Oh my God.
He comes running back to WWE every single time he flops in Hollywood.
Exactly.
Like clockwork.
It's the PR job of let me fix this. Let me go back to WWE. Let me get re-inspired. And he will do fantastic work. I don't deny that he'll work will be great, but Lord, every time there's a flop, here he comes.
You got to come back and get some chills.
Listen, can he bring back Lil Wayne and see Swerve New Orleans one more time for the road? Because I'm never going to forget that.
Please. I was going to say all will be forgiven, but no, it won't.
I think it's erosion season for The Rock. He's just eroding now. It's sorry, brother, you were a rock before, and now you're eroding. You're becoming like a boulder, a pebble.
And now we've got Batista, and he's like, I saw some quote from him the other day about how he would rather I wish I'd remembered it, how he'd rather something than come back to wrestling, and I can't
Be
remember
poor.
now what it was. Yeah, that's what it was. That's how
I
much
love Dave. Just want to preface
he's
that
the
again.
best. He does not give a fuck.
Drax, you know what? I will always love Drax. I can't help it. He's like perfect Drax. It's just keep on Draxing. I mean, he should be getting, I mean, just on royalties alone, he should be fine just off that character. If he's like
fine. He's fine. But he's
fine,
listen,
which is why he doesn't need to come back to wrestling.
Exactly.
No, like I am financially set. I'm raising my pit bull puppies. I'm living a good life.
There you go. Perfect. That sounds perfect. I'm
good.
happy for him. I hope he's living his best life. Good for him.
It sounds like he is.
No, I mean, if you take care of Drax money, that's FU money forever. Like, you can do whatever he wants. All right, let's get into the other stuff.
All right, so yeah, we'll go back to that. I saw the comment from Crash. Hopefully, I'll find it. But so this is now as if it, I guess, to make it maybe some people more intrigued by this match, they decided to make this a no holds bar match. Because Tommaso Ciampa says he's a psycho killer, and he is. He, I guess, thinks that he can make the violent version of Chris Jericho that apparently exists somewhere in the Painmaker. I said again last week, I said, who asked her this? Probably Tommaso Ciampa. And then based off that little video package we got last night, it is because of Tommaso Ciampa, because he's talking about how great Jericho is and all this stuff. But I swear to God, this better be it. I would much rather this, if we were going to do this, I would rather it be Lionheart. And then we also, last night, we had Tommaso Ciampa, who they basically had Paul White on commentary just for this match so that he could, because he's like, I know that you guys are best friends. Tell him I'm better than him. Fact. Tell him the psycho killer is better than the Painmaker. No lies detected. And then he pulls out a marker and, because it's so easy to recreate the Painmaker look. Like, he just took a marker and drew on his face into the camera, and he's like, see, I can do it too. And then and they keep promising it's going to be violent. I'm thinking probably on Tommaso Ciampa's end. Maybe Jericho will surprise me because I have zero expectations. It's the bar is on the floor for this. Keila, what do you think of this match, and who do you think takes it?
Sam is on one today, and I am here for it. My God, the bar is not even low. It's on the floor, struggling to get up for survival. And I will say this. Listen, Tommaso Ciampa performed a miracle at Beach Break. Because he really pulled something out of Jericho resembling still a serviceable professional wrestler. Mm-hmm. And then I said, we must do it again. Why? And then I said, the Painmaker. Why? My least favorite persona of Chris Jericho's, because, child, please, the makeup alone.
Okada is laughing, thinking, and thank God I'm not involved in this again.
Just say, praise the Lord. I'm not here. But despite no holds barred, and it's going to be violent and vicious, this will be a very good match. They're in Canada. Ciampa's great. Jericho, I think, will keep up. I'm going to bite my tongue and say that Jericho is going to win.
I think you're probably right. I realize I kind of went in and didn't. I usually give my picks at the end, but yeah, I'm going to go with you. Unfortunately, we're in Canada. So, Mel, go ahead. Sorry, I didn't mean to step on whatever you were about to say.
No, I just, as Keila was saying that, I can't believe I didn't think of that in the first place. It's like, I know where I want my heart to go. Because, like, listen, Ciampa is the best. And having even had interacted with him personally, he's great. It was awesome. Like I love this dude. He's so funny. I'm right with Crash on that. I always do that in my head too. The psycho killer, qu'est-ce que c'est? I think of that all the time. I'm so glad I'm not the only person that does that. He's great. I'm sure it will be great. Like Ciampa's great, and the Canada thing. I just realized that as Keila was saying Canada, I'm like, duh. And it's the first show, and Chris Jericho is the first champion. Like it's the first redemption. It's in Canada. It seems like the Painmaker is going to take this one.
You know,
I do hope that at some point
losing at Beach Break.
Well, and I hope that like maybe at some point there's like if he cuts him open and he does a Painmaker gimmick with like his own blood or some crazy shit, that would be hilarious. He'll make something fun of this. This is probably going to be again bar on the floor, as Sam was saying. This actually could be surprisingly good and a good start. I think kicking the show off with this is probably a good idea. Because I definitely wouldn't want to see this somewhere in the middle.
I don't know. Would you kick is this the show to, I guess because they're in Canada, but I was going to say, is this the match to kick off your brand new pay-per-view with?
Okay, that's fair.
I don't know about that. I mean, it is Canada, so maybe they would be more forgiving, but I don't know that I would kick off my brand new pay-per-view with this match.
Maybe
unless they are going like literally with this no holds bar, if they're going like all the way out with it.
Maybe they start with like the ladder match. Since
I don't know that you would open with this. I mean, maybe they will. It is Canada, maybe, and like I said, they're more forgiving. But
we'll have to see.
LaRon asks a very important question: is there anyone that likes the Painmaker persona? I will say
his family.
Go ahead, Tommaso. Tommaso, sorry, like, please be the Painmaker. I don't care about Lionheart. I need the Painmaker.
There was a day in the past when the Painmaker made me very, very happy, and it took place far, 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 far from North America in a small island nation called Japan, and it was amazing and wonderful. I think it worked when it worked.
Yeah, I think the reason it worked there is because it was Jericho outside of WWE for the first time. But then it was something cool. It just was something different that we had. And Jericho is one thing about him is he's the king of reinventing himself. He's done it. I've watched him do it since his WCW days, and there was a time when I was really into Chris Jericho, and then that kind of waned, and then also some other things factored into making that happen. But yeah, and so at one point in time, the Painmaker was a cool concept. It should have probably been a one-off thing. Maybe you bring it back, but this is no Demon Balor.
He has Lionheart. That's exactly what I was thinking. You said it last week. You said this is no Demon Finn Balor, and this is exactly right. This is not that level. This is, I don't know. Like,
no. Crash keeps calling him Jake Lee, who I will say I haven't watched obviously today's, but I watched I think we're on night 5 is what we got through, and Jake Lee came out. He did wear the clown mask, but then he pulled it off and had no makeup, but he didn't have any of the face paint on last night, which was kind of just because he has been wearing face paint. I was like, oh, so what is happening? He's not wearing the face paint. But yeah, Jericho's winning. I think since we're definitely getting a maple syrup. Maybe that instead of blood, he's going to use maple syrup to make the Painmaker. Or he's going to take it and put the Painmaker symbol on Ciampa with maple syrup.
There you go. I mean, they'll work it out, but I don't know.
Yeah, they did Painmaker versus Rainmaker in Japan.
Back in the day.
Actually, how we got the Painmaker is because he was wrestling Okada.
I will actually say this. There was a Dominion match that was Painmaker versus Okada that a lot of people panned, but I thought it was freaking great. And I think it was Okada lost. Was it Jericho lost? Or Okada lost, but one of them, whoever lost, threw the biggest temper tantrum afterwards, and it was so hilarious. It was actually a really good Japanese match. It was on Dominion, and Dominion's a good pay-per-view in New Japan, and I thought that was a good match. But again, that's how long ago was that? 2019? That's pre-COVID, I think.
I was gonna say it was definitely pre-pandemic and
pre-plague.
It had to be before that, because when Jericho showed up at All In, he had the Penta face paint on. Never mind. I was thinking he had Painmaker, but no, he had Penta's face paint on because he wanted to face him. Back when, they flew him from the Fozzy show to All In. Tony flew him out on his jet, his private plane or some shit, to have them do that moment, which was actually very cool, especially being in the arena, because I realized immediately, and I was like, that's Jericho. And he got a huge pop, and it was fun. That was back when, it was fun. That was when Jericho was still fun.
Listen, I appreciate what he is, and he is one of the best people to do what he does in this business. Like that, you can't argue with that. Ciampa's not wrong. It's just.
Look, if we're seeing older dudes wrestle, I would much rather watch Ciampa wrestle than Chris Jericho.
Amen.
This point. And at least I will say, Tommaso has an opponent who wrestles and doesn't have a tag team partner who just planks because he's been in a depressive mode for what are we going on now with Johnny Gargano? Like 8 months of him planking. Keila, or does it just feel like it's been 8 months?
It feels like it's been 8 months, and we had like a 1 month reprieve at Stand and Deliver before he resumed the planking.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. So that's the thing.
That's what Johnny Gargano is doing right now.
Yeah, that's what he's been doing for months. Steven says that he's picking Ciampa, but he won't be surprised if Jericho gets the victory because of Canada and all. Yeah, that's where I'm leaning towards as well. All right. Yeah. We can move on to the next match.
Let's get
enough of that one.
It's not moving. Okay, we'll do it up here then.
Oh, okay. So, this was. I mean, the match will be fine. Of course, I am, with Steven, there's no build up for this match really, other than Cage and Cope. I said it last week when they wrestled Yuta and Garcia. I was like, I bet the pay-per-view match is Claudio and Pac, and then they announced it, and just because they're Death Riders, basically. They did have a tiny little build on Dynamite where they'd cut to Cope and Christian backstage, and as they were talking, Pac and Claudio jumped them, and then Pac was talking shit in only the way Pac can do it. So this is a title match. Until it just basically feels like this is a seat warmer until we get to the Young Bucks and Cope and Cage at All In. Mel, what are your thoughts on this one, and who do you think takes it?
I would bet on a retention of the belt here because, as you said, I think this is just part of getting to the Young Bucks end game. I'm sure it'll be great. Claudio is great. Pac is always great. This should be a great match. The no build is disappointing. It is disappointing. But I think that they retain her.
They could have done this. They could have done this one as a title match on Dynamite.
Yeah, this is a Dynamite match on the pay-per-view, but I get why they're doing it because they're trying to build up the storyline.
Well, and Cope and Christian are Canadian, so you have to get them on the card.
Yeah, of course. But yes, I believe that this is a obvious retention.
Yeah, Keila, what are your thoughts on this one?
This is the most foregone conclusion match of the show. And I just wondered to myself, as you said, this could have been on Dynamite, could have been on Collision. Dare I say, this could have been on the buy-in as our second match after the Rougeau tribute special that would last 25 minutes. Then our conglomeration match lasts 10 minutes, and this lasts 15. There we go.
And you could have this. You could have had this if they want to do that dumb thing where they keep you hooked, so they let the buy-in match spill over into the main. This would have been fine because it's Cope and Christian and they're Canadian. So, this is Steven says that Pac should have been in the ladder match. God, that would have been awesome. Crush says Cope suddenly finding Pac rather becoming in this graphic new booking dynamic.
Man, I can't.
It's the gear, and because he can barely contain his chest and his singlet, and it's the slightly longer hair, but not longer like it used to be. I can see it. I get it, Cope.
AEW does themselves zero favors in giving access to people like us to excellent, well-portioned, high-resolution graphics that literally we are freely advertising for their shows. So I do my absolute best. My upscaler I have an upscaler on Canva. It does its best. I do my best to find the best versions of these pictures.
Oh no, I think he's just talking about the way that Cope is looking at that.
Please, Tony, would you please just, what are you doing, brother?
We used to, before we use the current app that we have access to with the media pictures on them, there used to be, the old app used to have graphics they had every pay-per-view graphic. They had them in YouTube size, Twitter size, and Facebook size. They used to have all of them, and then they switched over to this new app. But gosh, they've been using this new app for like 2 years now, and yeah, we don't get those anymore. We just get gallery. Sometimes we get galleries. Sometimes,
on
literally
Tuesday,
the last pay-per-view, they had no pictures on. They have no pictures still from the last pay-per-view on their app. There are certain shows that I don't know if their files get corrupted. Sometimes those photos will end up on their website, but you can't use the photos from their website. Like, you can't save them directly from the website. So, which is hence the app.
Correct.
But it's sometimes we don't get those pictures. It's definitely for people who, especially because we use those photos for our articles and things like that, and sometimes we don't have access to the photos we need, and it's quite frustrating.
When I confront him on Wednesday and Thursday when he's here in Detroit, I will be talking to him about I need a Picture Depot and on the interwebs, and I need a freaking pay-per-view, dude. What is happening?
It says odds on Marina getting speared in this match. What's your What do you guys think?
Marina could take a spear.
Oh, she could absolutely take one. I don't think that's the question, but is she taking one? Is the question.
Maybe.
Keila?
I'm lukewarm. Could go either way on that.
I would say yes. She eats a spear.
Okay.
I can see it. If
I'm a little bit of a fence there on this one. I can't.
Steven says that if Beth is there, her and Marina are definitely, they'll definitely.
I'm into that.
If Beth is there, I definitely see that. Maria is she's shocking everybody with this prediction, and she thinks the Death Riders are gonna win the tag titles here. I would, if we were not setting up for the Young Bucks and Cope and Christian, I would not be mad at Claudio and Pat taking the tag titles.
No, I just don't think. I think the trajectory of those belts is Cope and Christian versus.
I think because that's been the plan for months. I think not even the availability of New Day and Motor City is going to change that trajectory. Oh no! I think it's because that's been the dream match, and we all know Cope and Christian. I mean, the Bucks are obviously they're also on the other side of their. I mean, they can still go. They've got a while, but we know we're not going to have them around forever. But Cope and Christian are definitely on the backside of their career, and they before somebody jumps off of cages and breaks his hip again, we gotta get this match in place. Steven says, if the Death Riders win the tag titles, they better get out of Canada quick.
Book it real fast.
In a month early.
They're gonna have to head straight south to New England. It's my territory. My OG territory.
Claudio is naturally entranced by Cope's hair. And Nikki says that because of the way his hair looked the other day when Jay White came back and how it was all crazy, Nikki keeps referring to him as Nick Nolte because of that mugshot.
I am going to remain silent because the more I look at this poster, I have thoughts. And I'm trying not to be really rude. Must I? Okay, so
I mean,
I won't be mad.
The floor is yours if you would like to. If you would like to keep it to yourself, we won't hold it against you. But if you would like to share,
but y'all know me, and you know that I have no filter. So when someone mentions Cope's hair, I have to comment. So when I see this poster clearly and how Claudio's looking, he's like, "Wow, it can get moisturized." Wow. So this is what it looks like wet with some moisture and some conditioner. You took a shower before our match and look at you now. I'm impressed because usually your hair is dry as a Triscuit, but today it looks great. Claudio's very observant. This poster is giving me life the more that I look at it. And then as you can see, Cage is like, wow, it is moisturized today too in the back.
In the back.
It's phenomenal. Like it's shaped up beautifully.
Cope got that swirly hair.
You guys, I love you.
It's the greatest poster they have ever produced. As you really examine what they're looking at, it's Cope's hair being moisturized.
They all are looking at Cope's hair. That's what Pac is looking at. He's looking, and Cope is like, "Why are you looking at me like that, Pac?" It's because everybody's looking at Cope's hair. Which now, when you watch this match, you will all also be looking at Cope's hair.
This is my favorite. Usually Keila and Lady B are responsible, and I occasionally get looped in, but I defer to them. They are the hair geniuses. They are the hair critique gurus of our Discord channels during all of our threads, and that it's nice to hear on the podcast.
And Pac's hair, Pac has got that. He's finally, because I didn't like the super short hair on Pac, but like this length, I really like on Pac. I think it looks really good on him.
It's a perfect cut.
This is the perfect, like, I did like the longer hair, but like this is a good look for him. I really like his hair like this. So Pac is telling Cope his hair does not, while it looks better because he washed it and moisturized it, it is nowhere near as nice as his.
Amazing.
This says Christian is scoping Claudio's jawline, as he should. Claudio has a great jawline.
He does. He really does.
Crush said that this match has now taken on a new dynamic. It's the sleeper match of the night. At the very least, we will come back next week and we will talk about Copeland's hair.
We did a better job building this match than Tony Khan did.
We really did. The more that we examine this poster, it looks like a box of Just for Men. And when you really, and when you really deconstruct all the parts, now I've gone from a foregone conclusion to possibly maybe a title switch. So now I feel more confident.
Maria is onto something. She saw the vision before we did. And kudos to Maria for that. So now we have our sleeper match of the night.
Oh my God. You're welcome, Tony Khan. You're welcome.
Sleeper match for you. Before and after Just for Men.
Oh my God, you guys are killing me.
Match is getting sponsored by Head and Shoulders and Just for Men, but not Vita Coco. That's for QT only. And QT
yes,
and
exactly.
Actually, Aaron Solo maybe he'll get sponsored by Rally since Arby's sent the package to Fallon and not him. So maybe Rally's can sponsor Aaron Solo now.
No. This is wonderful.
What kind of friend is Cody Rhodes? I mean,
he's a bad friend.
Nikki and I were talking about it yesterday because Nikki and I joke about it constantly now. And so we were yesterday we were buying tater tots and they had a bag of fries from Rally's and Nikki said Rally's, huh? And then Arby's was right underneath it. And she said Arby's, huh? And then I was like, how bad of a friend is Cody Rhodes? And I was like, but on the other hand, people are talking about Aaron Solo more now than they have in a really long time. So maybe he is actually not that bad of a friend.
Listen.
He doesn't embarrass the shit out of him.
Yes, but he gave him shine.
He did.
He gave him shine to the embarrassment.
Exactly. He got a match. And he's been having matches some on ROH, but he got a match because Tony I know Tony, as online as Tony Khan is, I know he has seen the Rally's Arby's stuff that came out of that story. So Aaron
online is like
habitually online. He saw that clip and said, let me do something with that.
He's habitually online until it comes to talking about Hills. And then apparently he did not see that conversation.
Oh, yeah. No, you know what the response to that was, Sam?
Well, actually, I am, because I had, prior to asking him, which is why I asked him, part of the reason I asked him is because I am going to write about it. I had already decided to. And so I took my opportunity and got an answer I did not expect. I thought I was getting we're working on a solution. I did not expect the response I got. The Hills members did not expect that. And so because I am working on it, I am now here. I'm now in talks with, I think we're up to 7 members that I'm in contact with for this article.
Ooh, girl. Let me know when it drops so I can
will.
read it.
It'll take me some time to go through the responses and then kind of figure out how to handle it. But yeah, that's yeah. But they've all been so far. They've all been wonderful, and I just want their voices heard. I don't know. Who knows what will come of this? Maybe it's just a way for them to get their frustrations out. But it is something that's been building. I've seen it, and then it happened. Like I've mentioned it before. Like I thought people were talking about it on Blue Sky as the conversation was brought over to Twitter, and then when we were at the G1, I was talking to Mel and Nikki about taking pictures, and a girl heard me, or a woman heard me, and she said, "Oh, are you in Hills?" And I was like, "No." And I said, "But I thought Hills was on hiatus." And she was like, "Well, some of us are here, and we're going to meet up and take pictures together." And so then I was thinking about it after I got back, and I was like, and thinking about the conversation and how there's still no resolution. And I was like, why not talk about it? Why not, try to help these women get some kind of resolution? Or because as somebody, I believe they posted yesterday, they're 11 weeks without any answers. Dang. And that's, it's so I'm working on it. But so far, the members I've talked to have been wonderful. Like I said, I'm working my way through their responses and figuring out exactly how to handle it. Because somebody new came in today. So, the more members who want to talk about it, I'm here to listen and figure out. Like I said, I don't know if anything comes of it. Maybe it's just a way for them to vent and get it outside of their circle, and who knows what'll happen. But yeah, it's a thing. It's this Laurent says it's crazy that one person doesn't know what's going on with Hills. That's insane. Yeah. It's
sus. Is that the kids were the word the kids use? So sus.
Yeah. With friends like Cody, who needs enemies? Well, we got a TV match out of it, so. Thank you, Crash. That's bad form. That they deserve some kind of response or resolution. Yeah, they've been getting the run around. It sounds like there's just one representative who has just been kind of placating them by not really giving them answers. So maybe they'll get some now, or like I said, at least let people know. Like, because I saw, and I'm not shockingly, I saw quite a few people saying they didn't know that Hills still existed, and that is because remember when they used to promote it? They used to promote the little testimonials. Yes. They little. I didn't mean it. That's not what I meant. But they used to.
Like Amanda Huber did talk about it until she did it.
She's not involved anymore. That's why.
Oh, that's right. Okay.
She and Aubrey have stepped away, and since they both had I don't know the details of that. I just know that they stepped away, and since they stepped away, they didn't have anybody in place. Apparently, it's gone through several. Obviously, Brandy is the one who created it, and since Brandy has left, it has gone through several people. But from my understanding, all of the people who have been involved have done really well with it, and then when they decided to step away for whatever their reasons were. They didn't have anybody in place and have just left these members hanging for now they're in the 11th week of not really having any answers. And so I can imagine how frustrating that must be for them. And obviously I think another reason that it really hits home is because obviously we're all women wrestling fans and we know what it's like to be overlooked in this space. And they were given an official space with the AEW name attached to it. They were given access to AEW talent, among other things that they were promised. And then to have that go away, really with no answer, or at least to be on hiatus or whatever you want to call it. And then for them to not have any answers, that's really unfortunate. And so maybe just, again, like I'm not expecting like, oh, my article is going to, get them a resolution. I just am trying to give them a way to talk about it. And, we'll, like I said, who knows what'll come of it. Maybe it's just a place for these women to vent and people to realize that, hey, AEW Hills is still a thing. But yeah,
Absolutely.
on when that's ready to go.
All right, let's do this. Speaking of women's wrestling or women and being involved in wrestling,
the TBS Championship. We saw that Shida has obviously she's been a heel. She's been resorting to tactics that she hasn't before to retain her title. She's beating people down with her kendo stick. Maya took her kendo stick and beat her with it, and then Maya was given and then that's how we got Maya as a title match. And today is Maya's birthday, as she pointed out, that her birthday present she hopes was winning the TBS championship. And so last night the main event of Collision was Maya and Willow versus Thekla and Shida. We did see that Shida got her kendo stick back, and we also saw Maya took the pin here. So, Keila, what are your thoughts on this match, and who do you think wins?
Oh, that classic. You lose before the pay-per-view, and then you probably win at the pay-per-view on your birthday. So I am going to go with Maya World to win her first major championship in AEW. I love Shida. I do. She was one of my OGs that I loved from the beginning days of AEW years ago. But I'm not feeling this run right now for me. And I just think that it's someone else's time to shine, a fresh face, someone new that can take the ball and run with it, bring some life to this women's division for this TBS title. And I think Maya World is that person. She had a great showing against Mercedes last month at Forbidden Door. And I think if you want to really elevate someone and get them over, this is the way to do it. Because after this match, where does Shida go from here? Like, I don't want Statlander Shida part 5. So let me just get someone new in place, push them, get them over, and go from there.
Mel, what are your thoughts?
Yeah, I kind of agree with that, and I hope that that's what they go looking at it. I mean, Shida obviously was a good like that's who they wanted to put it on, and that's who they kind of do. They kind of back up because Shida's so reliable. Maya, we like a few weeks ago, people were like Maya should be beating Mercedes. So I mean, like, if they like her enough, like, this is a great time for her to get this chance to see what she can run with and do it. And I totally agree with the idea of like giving it to someone young and new and fresh that has been showing out, and get her reps, get her time on the television. There's a lot of women she can be wrestling that we aren't seeing and wrestle enough. And it could be, I mean, gosh, she was feuding with Athena too. So it's not like she can't hold her own. So, and we've seen people like Thekla really get like younger and new and like make themselves into, I mean, I love her. We'll talk about her later, but I hope Maya wins, and I think Maya should win. So that's my pick.
I will say, going back to the Maya should beat, that people want Maya to beat Mercedes. Well, at least Maya made more sense than Harley Cameron.
Mm-hmm.
So I love that story, but people were wanting her to win after one single victory on the main roster. I was like, you hear what you were saying?
They don't.
I'm gonna go the opposite way. I think that Athena is gonna cost Maya this match. It's going to set up their match for Death Before Dishonor, and I think that Maya is defeating Athena. She is the one who ends that historic streak that Athena is having. That's been my theory for the last couple of weeks, and I'm sticking with it. But I think that, I mean, maybe it's not Athena directly. I believe somebody said, yeah, I think LaRon said that it could be the Minions. He says that he would put the belt on Maya, and that's not a bad thought. Like, I think if the possibility of her defeating Athena was not probable, I would say put the belt on Maya, but I think Maya is defeating Athena for the title in a few weeks. And I think Shida retains here. And then LaRon brings up a good point that he wonders if Mina beats Shida at All In, if Shida is still the champion going into All In, which is not a bad thought.
I'm into that.
Yeah. So I'm going to go with Shida retains, and then Maya takes the title off of Athena.
Nice.
Okay, so our 6-way ladder match. There is an updated graphic. We did have the two. So these.
Oh, sorry about that.
That's okay. This match is for a shot at the international championship. So later on, we'll get to the international championship match. So they just put 4 people in the match to start us with. We have Commander, who clearly he's been back a few weeks since having his visa issues resolved. That also means that Mortos, because he's on this poster, he has his visa issues resolved, or at least he can get into Canada. So he is in this match. Then we have newly contracted, or a new contract for Jungle Jack Perry is in this match. And then we have Speedball. This is his hometown. And then last night on Collision, we had 2 qualifier matches. We had Nick Wayne defeat AR Fox in a fantastic match.
Mm-hmm.
And so Nick Wayne has won his spot in. And then we had Klon versus El Klon, who also had visa issues. He is now back. And he defeated Leo Rush. That was a really fun match as well. So now this match is Commander versus Beast Mortos versus Speedball versus Jack Perry versus El Klon versus Nick Wayne. So these are our 6. That's the 6-way ladder match.
Oh my god! Oh my god!
Oh boy!
Crash wins comment of the month,
God, that was
the
great.
year, the decade.
Man, that was a good one. Yeah. So now knowing who our 6 participants are, Keila, and now that you were laughing at that comment, so what are your thoughts on who do you think takes this one to be the number 1 contender for the international championship?
Listen, after that, I don't know what else I can say. I wish I could lower my voice like Morgan Freeman for this Visa sponsored match, because it could go 2 ways. 6 men climb a ladder for an opportunity to be a contender for a title. Only one will win. Sponsored by 2-Way Visa. That is how this match comes to me. Thank you, Crash. Comment of the century.
Yeah, that was great. Thank you for that.
That was phenomenal. I'm looking at my options here. I'm seeing who could win this. It's Canada. You know, we got to get over somebody in Canada. So I'm looking at Speedball to do the Lord's work. Get that win for Canada. Oh, Canada. Once he wins, you got to play that song. Not for Jericho. Play it for Speedball and Kenny. Okay?
Yeah.
And then I'll be happy. But this should be a great match. Commander guaranteed is going to do some crazy shit.
Yeah, I'm so glad he's
definitely.
Me too. He's fantastic.
I feel like this is what's kicking off the pay-per-view. That's my feeling.
I was thinking about that when we were talking about it.
Open a pay-per-view is this right here.
When we were talking about it, I was actually thinking that.
Pay-per-view for the Sickos, brand new pay-per-view. You got a Canadian up in it. I would kick off a brand new pay-per-view with this match.
Yeah, I'm with you. When we were talking about the 6 earlier, when we were talking about what to kick it off with, it popped in my head that they should probably start with this ladder match. Like I was like the ladder match because Speedball's in it, and you said it, like that'll be a hard hit. This will be crazy. There's gonna be some crazy stuff on this. I do like the now that you've said it, I did like that they entered Jack Perry and Nick Wayne, and I thought they cut pretty good promos on I thought those promos were pretty good, those that they cut between each other. I was like, oh, okay. I'm really happy with where these two are. So I'm excited to see them in there. I do think Speedball takes it because he's still got beef with Kevin Knight and some of the things going on over there. So him having a chance at a championship would be really solid. So I'm gonna jump on the Speedball wagon because I mean I thought I was like, okay, maybe you could do Jack Perry because he just got, he just signed this new deal. He's going to be here for a while. He's had the national championship, or I mean, obviously he's held other titles, but he just most recently held the national championship. You could go with that. Then I looked at the card again. And I was like, oh no, this one was just these 4. And I was like, oh, Speedball's in this. So it's got to be a Speedball because you've got to give him the moment in Canada. Especially, I think he needs a little redemption. His tag team partner turned on him. And he
has been feuding with the Don Callis family. Guess who was the family member? El Klon. I think Speedball is going to pin Klon, and that's how he's going to win. I think that we're going to keep the Don Callis part of this going on, and I think that Speedball will pin him. I didn't think about that until literally as we were talking. I was like, wait a minute. El Klon is a Don Callis family member. Speedball can pin him. He continues the feud with them. He gets the title shot because if we remember back before Kenny won the title, Kenny had said if he won the title, he would give Speedball a title shot. That obviously hasn't happened. And some thought perhaps when that match got moved to TV, that maybe they would do Kenny versus Speedball here. Obviously, we're getting Kevin Knight, which we'll get to some of that later. So I think it would be a nice kind of thing for Speedball. And you got to keep Speedball's momentum, I think, has still gone pretty well, but Kevin is the focus now. And so I think this would be a good way to get Speedball kind of back in the spotlight a bit more. I think this match is going to be incredible. Thoughts, and I hope that prayers to everybody in this match. I hope we don't have any injuries because I know we've had some ladder matches that have, we've gotten some really bad injuries in ladder matches. So hopefully everybody is safe here and comes out of it and with no broken limbs or ribs or anything like that. Crash says that suicide twisting plancha from Commander on El Klon on Collision was sweet. He is on fire. Yeah, they have been killing. Yeah, Commander, love that dude. And Tony Khan loves him some Commander too. So I wouldn't be surprised if it's not Speedo. I wouldn't be surprised if it's Commander. And I do want to go back to the Nick Wayne comment that you made. He and Jack did have great promos. And I noticed last night, Nick has not, obviously they're not doing anything with Christian, but his mother is not there either. So I wonder if we're finally letting Nick be Nick. And now that he's, he doesn't, he's of age where he doesn't need a parent traveling with him.
He's not an unaccompanied minor anymore.
He is not. He went to, and granted, Shayna Wayne is a beautiful lady, and I can understand, but Shayna was kind of overshadowing Nick at times.
Yes, she was.
Somebody last night chanted, "Where's your mother?"
Wow.
At him, or asked where his mother was. So yeah, I was like, we got to get Nick away from Shayna. I mean, sorry to everybody who enjoys looking at her. And I get it. Shayna's a very beautiful woman. But her son definitely takes after her. Very handsome, clearly.
Yes, very handsome fella.
Very, very handsome. And he knows that. I think in one of his promos he cut when he came back to ROH. I think it was when it was on ROH, and he was talking about. I can't now remember the comment that he made, but I was like, that's such a Nick Wayne thing to say. But I was like, yeah, it's time to put Nick on his own. He's it's time now. If I was like, let's get him out there. But yeah, I still I'm gonna go with Speedball is winning this one. Crash said, I think that was supposed to be Speedball.
Probably autocorrect. Autocorrect is a jerk.
The Visa sponsored ladder match. I'm leaving the typo in here because it's unintentionally meta.
Speedboat is phenomenal.
Also, this Speedboat reminded me of this. So I was writing an article. I was transcribing an article the other day, and Trick Williams was talking about how it was Little Yachty's idea to put the fur on the title, and then he said, "Shout out to Boat," and I was like, "Oh my god." Little Yachty's nickname is Boat. I was like, how funny is that? I was like, and Nikki made a comment too, because she read it and she was like, oh my God. She was like, I love that his nickname is Boat, or of course or something like that. And I was like, so the Speedboat comment reminded me of that. Maria asked, "Is Nick Wayne old enough to drink yet?" No, I think he's 20. I think he just turned 20.
Yeah, I was going to say, I don't think so. He's just out of his teens, right? Yeah, he's not quite.
I believe he just turned 20. And Billy,
he can't drink or rent a car yet.
No, he cannot. Well, Shayna might have to come with him to rent a car, but
yeah, he'll need that for another 5 years. But
yes, yeah.
But he's old enough to fly by himself, and Tony flies people to their show, so he should be good. And he can catch a ride with Speedball or something. Curry said he's highly upset that Shayna is not on the show with that QT from Marshall and FTR. Curry they're just ruining your night all over the place.
He says, I'm saving my $40. F this.
AEW Plus.
Yes, R.I.P. to Speedball's knees hitting the ladder, because he's going to try to do that damn Ultima weapon.
Oh, he is.
I don't know why I said damn Ultima weapon, because his Ultima weapon rules. But poor Josh Alexander, that's how his knees, on that freak accident, his knees got hit on that Ultima weapon, and now he had to have surgery. So those things are weapons. Speaking of the international championship, so the winner of the ladder match will face the winner of this match, I assume at All In, I guess is where this is happening, but they have not said where that match is taking place. But Kyle Fletcher is defending his championship against somebody who has a championship.
Oh, Sam's favorite.
It is my favorite. There's a couple of those on this card, and I mean, if you've listened to the show anytime, you know that I love Bandido, and I am a huge fan of his. But I hate the champion versus champion matches they drive me insane. And we got one here. So, but despite that, it is Bandido versus Kyle Fletcher, and I know this match is going to be a banger. So, Mel, what are your thoughts on this match, and who do you think takes it?
Well, okay, so this is not a joke. I actually thought about it when I was making the slides, and I wrote it down. It's in my thing. It's right here. It said, I put it in here. On the date, it says Kyle Fletcher Bandido for my match of the year, for one of my match of the year candidates, and then I'm going to let it prove me wrong. So, and I doubt I'm going to have to scratch that out of my journal. So I put that in there preemptively so I don't, because I tend to forget, and I forgot to write down my G1 matches, and I wrote them down late, and I was like, I'm gonna put this one in my journal right now, my wrestling matches, because this is a match of the year contender right here. They are gonna freaking go. This is gonna be freaking great. I love this match. I'm pretty sure Kyle's retaining here because of, I mean, I know that Sam really, 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 really doesn't like, I mean, this is like, except for like, we're all the winners here. And I think Kyle's going to keep his belt, and Bandido they're going to have a great match that, can we not do this? But this is okay. I mean, it's hard to hate this. So that's where I'm at. And I think Kyle retains here probably.
Also point out that champion Bandido also challenged a champion at Forbidden Door and John Moxley. I mean, granted, that wasn't the original match. It was supposed to be Callum Newman, and then he got injured. But also, so Bandido, 2 pay-per-views in a row, champion Bandido is getting championship shots. So, Keila, what are your thoughts on this match, and who do you think takes it?
Well, listen, let's look at the poster first, shall we? Observations. Let's see. Kyle is looking lovingly at Bandido, isn't he? Just looking lovingly at the mask. Beautiful mask. Just love it. Beautiful. This is going to be one of the best matches of the year, in my humble opinion. You can't go wrong with these two in a match together. Between this and a ladder match, this is going to be like a tough fight for a show-stealing match of the night. I'm looking forward to this. I think Kyle is going to win and retain the championship. And, the more I look at Dynamite every single week, and I see all of these dynamics with the Don Callis family imploding before our eyes, bit by bit, with all the moving parts, I do foresee before the end of this year that Kyle will be a babyface. I do believe that. We're just taking the long journey to get to where we need to go, and I'm going to endure the heel turn and run for now, but I'm looking ahead knowing this won't be forever when somebody stabs him in the back. Okada.
Yeah, I was like, that's probably why Kyle Fletcher is lovingly looking at Bandido, is because Okada is on the rocks, because Okada hit him by mistake in their match, and he was so sorry. So sorry, sitting on the floor. And then he left, walking up the ramp. So sorry.
With remorse, as you saw how he walked away with such sadness over what he did.
Such sadness. And, because Kyle Fletcher holds that title that he held for a very long time. And and his former husband, Takeshita, is the one who took that. Kyle Fletcher's former husband, Takeshita, the one who took that title off of him. So Okada's scheming, I believe. I mean, I think every Don Callis family member is scheming.
They're all scheming right now. They're all plotting.
Scheming. They're
They
all
are quite a
partying. I mean,
dysfunctional
at
family.
least Kevin Knight is open about it. Like he
Yes,
doesn't.
front.
He's like, I'm using them to get a title shot. I am using them for my greatest good. I've seen what Don Callis has done for others. I'll endure him until I get what I want, and then I'm out. Like Kevin's not hiding what he's doing. He's which is why Kyle Fletcher doesn't like him, because because Kevin is doing what Kyle wishes he could, which is he wants to say that he too is also using Don Callis.
Yes.
So
I want free will too, damn it.
Right, exactly. And I was talking about this to Nikki a couple of weeks ago. Remember back when Mark Davis he was first in the family, and it was when Kyle had the turn, and Don Callis said the only reason Mark Davis was in the Don Callis family is so he had a job, and if he didn't follow the rules, he was kicked out. He wouldn't get booked in AEW, and then Davis fell in line, and now he's a champion. So, I mean, I guess Don Callis isn't completely wrong at what he's doing because it's working. But I think that I agree this is going to be easily match of the night, definitely going on my match of the year contenders list that I updated last night with some G1 stuff. But yeah, I think I do see Kyle Fletcher retaining. I think he's walking into All In with that title. I don't know yet who he's facing. I don't know if they'll do Kyle Okada at All In. Not sure yet. Guess it depends on how this particular match plays out and in the coming weeks. But I do think Kyle retains here. And also, where do you think they put this match? So do they follow the ladder match immediately with this match?
Oh, no.
You think?
No.
Or do you separate it, let the people breathe?
Yes, let them breathe, come down for a bit. Maybe you put Jericho and Ciampa next.
Mm-hmm.
That's a nice calm down match. I'm being a little bit shady because, the bar is on the ground. And maybe they can lift it back up a little bit. So I think they should put this maybe 4th or 5th on the card.
I think that's a good place for it. That's a good one. All right. What do we have next?
Oh my God.
Oh, I saw this poster and I was like, so we have a double chain match, not to be confused with a dog collar match. So people will not be wearing dog collars in this one. I do foresee us eventually getting a dog collar match. I think this is a preview. This is a little warm up. So the double chain match here is of the Bang Bang Gang is obviously we've got you have Switchblade Jay White, and then you have the very unhinged Juice Robinson. But as much as I love the Guns, in this particular chain match, I would want Juice Robinson on my side. In a chain match. And they are going to take on the Dogs. We've talked about this. This has been a really fun feud. They are PSAs and have been so much fun. They've been highly entertaining. And now, which is great because we see them as characters. We see them, that side of them, but now we get to see them in the ring together, which is obviously they're all 4 really fantastic wrestlers. Mel, what are your thoughts on this match and who do you think takes it?
Oh my God, I don't even know who is going to win. I just know that I want Jay White and Juice Robinson to win because I love them so freaking much. But this match is going to be so fun. This has been one of my favorite feuds on AEW right now, which isn't, obviously, we're huge Jay White fans. We're huge Juice fans. Mm-hmm. This is I'm very excited about this. This will be a nice, fun somewhere, maybe earlier in the middle to kind of lighten up everything because these guys will do some crazy crap with this and they'll probably make all kinds of jokes about what they've been doing. I'm gonna go Jay White and Juice because Jay's just back and he needs to win in his big match.
All right. Keila, what are your thoughts and who do you think takes it?
It does feel good to be back here and to see Jay White wrestling on a pay-per-view because we made so many predictions for the last year. Is this the night that Jay White comes back? And it finally happened last month at Forbidden Door. And so I'm very happy to see him on this card with Juice Robinson. It's a mix of really pretty people and crazy ass Juice Robinson. And so when you
Listen,
have that in
Juice is an attractive man, though, especially when he doesn't
is.
have facial. Juice is extremely attractive. Like Tony Storm, I get it.
Yeah,
I
listen.
do find Juice Robinson extremely attractive. But there are some pretty men in this match.
This is a very pretty match. These are pretty men in this match. When Juice is like not crazy, the pretty's like, it settles beautifully. So it's a very pretty match. True. But it's gonna be violent. We got double chains out there. We're gonna see some bloodshed, some people getting busted open.
You think this match is more violent than the no holds barred match between the Painmaker and the Psycho Killer?
Ciampa is going to deliver the violence. This might be tied. It might be a tie because I don't foresee this not being gnarly.
Yeah.
But I'm going to go with Juice and Jay for the dub. It should be a great match, a lot of fun, and just look at the pretty. Just look at it. Just marvel at the beautiful people in this picture.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, I'm so excited for this match because I love them. I mean, I do love the dogs, but not as much as I love the Bang Bang.
I love this whole thing.
I keep looking at the poster and I don't know what is going to happen in the double chain match with these four. Like, I'm so excited for this. And on the one hand, the dogs do need to pick up some more wins, especially on the pay-per-view, because they have not had the greatest of luck with that. However, I don't think you have Jay White losing his first pay-per-view match in well over a year. And obviously this feud is good. I don't think this ends the feud. Like, I think this might be how we get to All In and get the many men entrance again. Now, as Austin has said, even before Jay was back, he was like, when we're all healthy, like, we have to run back the many men All In entrance. And I am waiting for that. And I think a match against the dogs would be a really great thing for that. I mean, that match, who knows? Maybe it'll end up being like a 3 or 4 way. I don't think this feud ends tonight. I think this is just going to strengthen it. And so I'm gonna go with Bang Bang Gang here. But yes, Crash in a double chain match was sexually explicit over. So I mean, Juice wasn't it Juice that called the Shillelagh his daddy's sex toy? So I mean,
yes, he did. So we already going there. We already in the gutter in a good way.
Yeah, right.
He took us there.
Yeah, God, Switchblade. He's so good. His promo
he's the best.
Phenomenal. Yes. And even like that one last week where he was just standing and talking out like in that little PSA thing they were doing. God, he's so good. The one last night, he's phenomenal. So great.
Always been a good promo too.
I think Gabe Kidd is still technically with the dogs, but he's also Death Riders. So kind of like Will was United Empire and Death Riders, but now he's just Death Riders. But Gabe is in the G1, so he's doing stuff over there, and he's not going to be interfering here. But I guess he's still technically, he has to be, because I think Clark Connors made a reference to it at a recent promo. He said something about them taking out Gabe Kidd or something like that. So I believe he is still technically part of that, a part of them. Dogs and Death Riders for now. I'm sure he'll pick one or the other eventually. Fernando says he'd like to see Sheamus join the dogs and mentor David Finlay. That's an interesting. That would be interesting. But Sheamus is he's not free till October. He's tied up. Even though he's gone, he is not free to compete anywhere until then. Which is rumored to be when Bayley's contract is up. There's no official date on that, and she did wrestle a house show, but it's because she's still under contract. But she is also rumored to be done in October, but there's no official word on that. But yeah, so Wrestle Dream could look real interesting. All right, so this match is I'm actually really looking forward to this one. The AEW National Championship. We have Mark Davis, who has been having some banger matches as champion, facing Andrade, who has been red hot as of late. And he has been gunning for a title shot. He wanted a shot at MJF and the World Championship, and Don Callis made sure that didn't happen. But now you can have a shot at the national championship because he defected. He has that wonderful MJF F Don shirt that he wears, which is wonderful. And so now we have us. So now we have us the title match here. So, Keila, what are your thoughts on this one, and who do you think takes it?
Okay, I want to be fair. I want to be nice. I am looking forward to the match itself. The match itself should be great. I enjoy Mark Davis. I enjoy Andrade. No problem with this match combination whatsoever. Y'all know what I'm about to say. I don't give a damn about this championship. It is the lowest ranking title in AEW. And Andrade says, I need a title. You picked this one. Out of all the ones to choose from, you zeroed in on this one. The least important title. I wish that I could get up and care about this title, but I don't. Both men are great. And y'all make me care maybe a 10th about this title by the time it's over. And Andrade can win, and he'll make me care maybe a 10th more. But the championship belt that I do not care about is weighing my interest down a little bit. Match should be great. I do not care about this championship.
Do you have and you said you think Andrade is winning it, right?
He's going to win this meaningless ass title, yes.
Are you saying this is a here damn championship?
Here, Gina, damn, are you happy now? This is what this is. This is what this is.
I will say, LaRon, that when Mark Davis was having visa issues and was stuck in the UK, he did defend the title twice at Rev Pro shows. He defended against Man Like Darius and I'm blanking on the other guy's name, but so in his defense, even though it was probably because he was dealing with a visa, had he not been dealing with a visa, probably not. Probably would not have happened. But he did defend it twice while he was in the UK, and he has also been defending it. He defended it a couple of times in the ROH, which is not an indie, but it has been defended elsewhere. So I will, in their defense, at least say that much for it, because I don't think people realize that he was defending it elsewhere. But Mel, go ahead. What are your thoughts on this match? Who do you think takes it?
I hate to just agree flat out, but they need to give Andrade a belt, but come on. I mean, God, Keila said it perfectly. I mean, Andrade's going to win, and I'm sure it's going to be awesome because these two are great, and they'll put on a great match, and they'll have a lot of fun, and I'm sure Andrade will do a lot of his. He's found his niche for this place now. This is like the best he's been since he was like way back in the day, in my opinion. So, yes, I mean, I think he's getting his here damn title tonight. But I mean, it's great. Like, maybe he'll turn it into an awesome belt. Maybe he'll like elevate the national championship or something. I don't know how that's possible, but I guess if anybody can do it right now. No offense to Mark Davis, it's not his fault. It's because he's in the Don Callis family serving a specific role. So I think that if anybody's going to maybe do something with it, like Keila said, you care about it at all, I think it's Andrade. And he's like really hitting on all cylinders right now. He's got to win something. They need to do something with him right now. Like, go. So yeah.
I am torn actually on what they do here, because Mark Davis has been having some really incredible matches, and I am not as down on the title as you guys are. I completely understand where you're coming from, but I think Mark Davis has made this title more relevant than Ricochet or Jack Perry ever did. I don't think that they really did much for this. I think Mark Davis has done more for it, and that's because of the quality of matches he's been having, especially the match that he had with Speedball on Collision, I think 2 weeks ago. If you have not seen it, go out of your way to go back and watch it. It is probably one of the best matches that AEW has had on TV this year. That match was phenomenal. And having Kyle Fletcher on commentary added such another layer to it. And I'm a huge fan of Mark Davis, but I do really love Andrade. Andrade has been killing it on this run. You do have to reward him. However, so maybe that's how they get to it. Because initially I thought that I think it also depends on MJF, because MJF, we don't know when he's returning. If he is back for Grand Slam Mexico, which is only on August the 5th, so we are very close. If he is back, my thought initially was that they were going to do MJF versus Andrade because Andrade obviously they've been feuding, but Andrade has his Dynamite Diamond ring. I thought that's what the match was going to be for. However, now it could be, if he wins, you could have that match be for this title and the however how you know so however how you know that when he's defending, so he could defend the title and the Dynamite Diamond ring, and maybe that's where this is. But then do you have MJF take that title off of him, or do you have Andrade hold both the title and the ring, or do you have Mark retain and then the match itself is just for the ring, and does Andrade keep it? So I think a little, and so I don't know, and regardless, I don't know, because MJF, all Tony said was that he thinks he'll be back soon. The injury is not something that's going to take, where he's going to be gone for months. So I think that is a factor, because I think MJF and Andrade, that is the story at some point when MJF is healthy, because that's Andrade has been chasing MJF basically for months. So is he chasing him now as the national champion, or is he just chasing him for the Dynamite Diamond ring, or because Andrade possesses it? So I go back and forth with what they should do here. And so you could, I think Andrade probably does win, because you want him going into Grand Slam Mexico as a champion. He can defend the title in CMLL, and things like that. He does have the connection with Japan as well. He could, obviously the G1 is going on, but after that, depending on how long he has the title, he could potentially take the title to Japan, and defend it there, and then make it actually never mind, this is the national one, not the international one, so that defeats the purpose of where I was going with that. That he could defend it elsewhere. So that is a very long way of me convincing myself that it's probably going to be Andrade, because this is when I was going back and forth on. Regardless, if Mark Davis drops this title, I need Tony to continue to push Mark Davis, because I think Mark Davis is having a phenomenal year, and people are seeing that, both members of Aussie Open are very good, not just Kyle Fletcher. Mark Davis is also very good. He is no Marty Jannetty.
You better say that again.
He is not. He is. We are talking about where you have like Cope and Christian are both excellent wrestlers apart as they are together. Same thought here. So I think that and it also makes sense to have Andrade winning a title as soon as he vacates the Don Callis family, that he takes the title that he
Yep.
So I think that's another reason. So I say Andrade, and I think this is going to be a really good match. And Laurent says that Andrade would be a guy that could defend it consistently on the indies, which is, definitely could see that. Fernando says that MJF thinks that he will cost Andrade the match. I could definitely see some. Don Callis was real mad about that shirt. They're real mad about that
Very
shirt.
offended.
So maybe they cost him the title.
Is he like a mimosa stained jacket mad, or
for months that stains over time?
Yeah.
Because Chris Jericho really struggled with that. He still probably has trauma.
Yeah,
if he sees mimosas.
He does. Also, before we
actually, you know what Ciampa could do is just bring a mimosa out and that whole entire match,
and then he'll be seeing orange. Curryhead would like to know, Keila, do you care more about the national championship or QT?
So I'm gonna make this very easy, Curryhead. Okay, let me be very fair. All right. Even though I just went on to this championship, I went in and I dissed it. However, this championship, which I am now renaming as of today, from this day forward until further notice, the Hiragina Damn Championship. Are you happy now? This championship is still way more valuable than QT Marshall's ass. So therefore, this belt, despite how I don't care for it, I care for it more than QT.
You heard it here, folks.
Crash says that you are spitting bars, Keila Cash, and I would have to agree.
I try my very best. I have to keep up with Sam today because she's dropping massive bars, and Crash is too. Because listen, the worst mythology going on here today, I'm like, I can't keep up. I'm trying very hard.
Oh my gosh, I'm telling you that Keila and I, when we get together, it just comes out naturally.
Wide world.
It just happens. and this is being virtually together. If we were ever in the same room, I don't know what would happen.
If you're ever in the same room and you don't include me, I'm going to be very hurt.
We will have to make that happen.
need to witness that and be able to just feed you guys a little extra something for your next.
Mel is good at teeing us up for sure.
Crash is really taking my job today. It's killing me. It's like I appreciate you. It's hilarious. You're crushing it, man.
Fernando says to give QT the national. I think he meant the national title or the international. Well, listen, QT will probably find a way to wrestle in Mexico because he was wrestling down there a while back, and he was was it like a year or two ago, and he was wearing like the colors of the Mexican flag on his trunks or some shit.
Oh, QT. Have another bite of cocoa, man.
Oh man. All right. On to the next match. So we have the Young Bucks, who are picking up W's left and right because they are trying to get into contention for the tag titles. But on the way there, they are going to wrestle Will Ospreay and Jon Moxley. They do not trust Will Ospreay, especially because he has aligned himself with Jon Moxley. That's the story that they've been telling for the last couple of weeks. They do not trust Will Ospreay. And of course, they don't trust Jon Moxley. They don't believe he has changed, much like Jon Moxley doesn't believe that Kenny Omega has changed, because he still remembers getting hit in the head when Kenny was on his way to becoming the belt collector and in that feud. And so there's a lot of long-term storytelling effects here in this match. It does seem random, which it kind of is, but there is a lot of storyline stuff here. And I guess if this is going to be a pay-per-view match, you would do it on Redemption, which also reminds me, Keila, you will appreciate this. Somebody at Wrestling Inc. called this, when this match got announced, they said, oh, this will probably be, or they were saying this show really is going to be AEW. Was it Fast? Oh, now I've just ruined my joke. It was a Fast Lane. AEW Fast Lane is what they're calling this pay-per-view.
Oh my God. My personal favorite is Fastlane and the Roadblock to All In. That's what this is.
Oh God, it's the pay-per-view between, okay. Yep. Wow.
This is our first and last Redemption pay-per-view. All this will never happen again, I fear.
Yeah. She might be right.
It's never happening.
We'll
this
remember,
is great.
and then
Opening
in
and
5
grand
years
closing.
from now, we're gonna be like, remember when they had that Redemption pay-per-view that one time?
Yes.
And it had some really good gems on it, but it was in the way it was, as Keila said, a roadblock to All In, and we never saw it again. The Redemption might become like it might become AEW Dynamite Redemption.
Yes, on a 2-week special that will bleed over into a 2-week collision.
Right, exactly. There you go.
And that might be for the best, to do it on television, to just give you enough time to do what you need to do. Because, this pay-per-view, it was supposed to be built for Kenny Omega's redemption, and he already got redeemed.
Yeah. This is true. Crash says no one will remember the name, first of all. Yeah, everybody keeps calling it Revolution, which I have even done multiple times. I get the name, but it's too similar. And also, how are you going to have a Redemption pay-per-view when the Redeemer isn't even there anymore? And I'm still mad that, because Nikki and I randomly put it on the Fast channel on Tubi on Friday night after a SmackDown when I was writing, just to see what was on, and it was a Dynamite from 2021. It was the one in Atlanta. Yes, that is the one with the street fight where Cody and wrestled Andrade, went through a flaming table.
Oh, the memories.
That one. And also on that card, Punk wrestled Lee Moriarty. And Bryan Danielson wrestled Alan 5 Angel.
Ooh, baby.
And then Ruby beat Chris Statlander to advance in the TBS Championship tournament. And we got a Nyla Rose sighting on this show. So it was, there were some, I was like, oh wow. And then watching that after just watching the Cody Punk promo on SmackDown from Friday night, look at where they were in 2021 and the things they were doing, because Punk was feuding with MJF here because MJF came out and was wearing his Hanukkah suit. And that's when he was calling him PG Punk.
Oh my gosh.
And he was struggling to keep up with Punk on the microphone. And it was a whole thing. But God, Cody versus Andrade was so good. It was really good. And then I couldn't remember until it was getting closer that it was Brandy who set the table ablaze. And then Cody had pieces of table stuck to his back.
Yes.
And you could see the moment the adrenaline wore off because tears started pooling in that man's eyes as they're about to go off air. And Brandy has to pretend like her husband is not severe.
Smoking.
Yeah, it was, what a time. And it was like,
with shrapnel.
Yeah, it was, what a time that was. So, got it way off track.
Good times.
But I just, but yeah, so, yeah, I don't know where. Yes, I would like Josiah. That's exactly what Nikki and I said when we watched that match. We said, Cody, come home. It is time, especially because in that promo on SmackDown, he told CM Punk he was going to be the 4-time champion. And I was like, boy, them fans are getting where they don't like you anymore. Please don't. It's time to come home.
It's time to come home. Like, you have to understand when you've achieved all there is to achieve, you've made all of your dreams come true. It's now time to go home.
Yeah, you finished the story and wrote you wrote an epilogue too. Like,
yes.
I literally I didn't watch anything, but the one thing I saw was the meme that said, how many times does Cody need to finish his story? And I was like, oh.
Somebody had a meme of Cody and CM Punk standing in front of each other, and they put up the title card from Beavis and Butthead, where Beavis and Butthead are looking at each other. It says the Beavis and Butthead show. And somebody was like, it's the same picture.
So he like wrote his story, finished it, and now he's like George Martin, who won't finish his goddamn books, who's writing a whole bunch of extended universe bullshit instead.
Yes.
I see how it is. Okay. Finish those books, asshole, and Cody, come home.
Yes. Ron said he's more convinced than ever that Cody needs to finish his story in AEW. I don't think that. I said it last week, and I've said it a few times. I don't think Cody Rhodes retires from professional wrestling until he comes back from AEW. Perhaps he's gonna angle for that WWE Hall of Fame thing, but he's coming. That man is not done. Knowing what we know about that man, he'll be in AEW at some point. He'll come back, and he needs to. He's proved his point in WWE, and if he stays much longer, he's going to get where the fans. I mean, some of the fans have already started turning on him, but it's going to get worse.
Yeah, just tell Paul on the way out, listen, you leave me the book for 2045 and I'll be here to get it. I'll be there to pick it up.
Ron said he's not a Cody guy by any means, but it needs to happen.
Yeah.
I think so. I think for Cody's legacy in wrestling, I feel like he won't think it's complete until he comes back to the company he helped start. And he and Punk were tap dancing all around AEW the other night in that promo, which I think he made it even harder is because they can't say the words that they should be saying. And so they tap dance around it. And it was like, just get to the point. I was like, it's not been as boring as Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins promos, because those have been god awful. But this was it was a little bit better, but like treading. I was like, please, I know this is SummerSlam is next weekend. Boy.
Josiah, I have now a whole theory that he's finished them and he's waiting till he dies and then his estate is going to release them because he's like that big of a freaking asshole. I think he's had them done. This week I decided that he's had both of those last two stupid books done, and he's sitting on them because he's still so butthurt about Beauty and the Beast that he won't release them until after he dies. Which, at the rate we're going, he's going to be writing like about the Targaryen's dragon's offspring before he gets those stupid things finished. Sorry, we never picked who should win this match.
No, we haven't even gotten
talked about it extensively.
Crash says he'll get to the Hall of Fame eventually, even if he were to go back to AEW. So I don't think there will be any reason he knows it. Yeah. So going back to this one, Keila, what are your thoughts on this match? Who do you think takes it?
We took so many side quests to get to here, and I love that for us. Went on a whole adventure. I look at this match. It's going to be great. I look at this graphic like, my God, Matt is pissed. Just pissed, angry, upset. Will's like indifferent, and Mox is like, I'm just here. And I love that. And Nick is like very cool and chill. This match is going to be great, but I have come to a realization in recent weeks that has saddened me greatly. That Will, watch your ass, watch your back, because Mox is going to kill you one day very, very soon. And it pains me to know that man got kidnapped only to get gaslit and backstabbed again. So I'm going to enjoy this while I can. This tag team match is going to be great. Now, in order for the Young Bucks to get to All In, you would think they would have to win this match. So I think they will win this match, and that will lead Mox one step closer to snapping on Will. Let's pray for this man now, because it's going to happen.
Mel, what are your thoughts, and who do you think takes it?
Actually, it's hard to dispute because I've long suspected that Mox was going to turn on Will also, because it just seems so.
It's John. I mean, he pretty much said it in the promo 2 weeks ago. He said, you're going to have to defeat whoever it is, no matter who is on the other side of the ring. And if that isn't foreshadowing their eventual match,
yeah, seriously, Mox laid that gun right on the freaking mantle right there.
It sure did.
Yeah, and I mean, I do think that Matt and Nick need to have wins as they're leading up to their Copeland Christian storyline. I'm sure this will be excellent. It'll be a lot of fun. There may be some interactions between Mox and Will that are where those, where it's like becoming more obvious that Mox is more focused on stabbing Will in the back than he is winning this match. And maybe that is what really ultimately does it.
I think this match is more of, can I get Will to abandon his friends? Because he does, because the whole thing with Mox being involved in that match the other day, Mox and Kenny are there for Will to serve as the angel and the devil on his shoulders. Kenny sees what's happening. He is trying his best to keep his friend from making stupid mistakes. John Moxley is in his ear telling him, you can be great. You can win this fight. I can help you win that title. I can help you beat Kenny Omega at Wembley. I can make you great. I can protect your neck. We can do this together. Then you're gonna win that title, and my eyes gonna get real big because I kept it in a briefcase. And I said last week that I wondered if Mox versus Ospreay would be the match at All In next year. I don't know if they can wait that long. But John Moxley is a long-term storyteller.
Yes.
He's still referencing his feud. He and Kenny have feuded since he first arrived in AEW, when he came for him at Double or Nothing and put him in the chip and the big, like, he's come for him. So that story has been there for a really long time. I think John Moxley I don't know if he'd rather beat Kenny Omega for that title or if he'd rather beat Will Ospreay for that title. But I do think he is making somebody. So for the people who were comparing this to Point Break, their relationship, and I think I can't remember what was the other movie where you were comparing Ospreay and Mox to. There was another movie that they kept getting compared to. I was going to say, where are we at in the movie? Here are we? I think the turn is coming, but I don't think it's coming as soon as people think it is. I think he's helping him win All In, and I said a few months ago that Will would be standing with the Death Riders and not United Empire at All In. I think he sticks with them for a bit because Mox is going to gas him up. Mox is going to make him think he's safe. Then he's going to strike when Ospreay least expects it. So I think this is more of a storytelling match, but it's also to get the Bucks a win because we need to, like they picked up a win yesterday, and then they had to fight off the Death Riders to get that win last night. And Will attacked them post match. Will came out there and he took them out and kind of shocked everybody because they're like, oh, he really is a Death Rider now. Like, it isn't Like John Moxley is getting to him. He's already accidentally hit Kenny. He elbowed him by mistake. So I think it's definitely a lot of storytelling plots here. But yeah, I think this match is, because how can you not have a good match with these four?
Like, we're not quite to the point where Moxley kidnaps his girlfriend and makes him rob a bank. So we're not there yet.
Not yet, but we're getting there. We're getting closer.
I mean, the pieces are there.
Yes. I mean, mass kidnapper John Moxley. I mean, this man has done a lot this year.
Yeah.
I just they said the Point Break thing, and I was going through it in my head, and I'm like, okay, yeah, we're not quite there yet.
Mox is absolutely going to be Will's feud eventually. Not sure if it'll be right away, but it's likely coming down the line. I think so too. Fernando says miscommunication will probably cost Ospreay and Moxley. I could see the Death Riders trying to get involved and it backfiring, much like it did last night. Mox is also hinting. Yes, Mox is also, Josiah keeps bringing this up, that Mox is hinting that Kenny is still the cheating heel. He's always been, being the devil on Kenny's shoulder too. Yes, that is, yeah, John Moxley is, he's meddling with both of them. He is kind of in Mox's ear too, kind of reminding him that he has not overcome that. Josiah said, I love the contrast of Mox being the devil and Kenny being the angel. Curry says John Moxley will make Will great again. Mox likes Hill Ospreay from New Japan, not the hot dogging face he's been in AEW. Laurent says that he would like the story a lot more if Moxley wasn't holding the Continental title hostage. I don't think I mean, I understand it. I get it. We had the whole Death Riders conversation last week. Curryhead says, I got one better. I believe Will is going to take over the Death Riders. Oh, that's fascinating. I think if that happens, Marina is the one to defect with Mox. I don't think she stays for the rest of them. I think she'll go with the boss man. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Claudio may, because Claudio is John Moxley has literally said he would take a bullet for him. But I think Pac does whatever's best for Pac. And if that's staying with his fellow Brit, he'll do it. Crash said, I was going to say the Bucks, but after reconsidering these points, it would absolutely be Will and Mox taking the win here. Will to sell more of his soul at the crossroads before All In. Oh, that's an interesting theory. And a loss here is not going to hurt the Bucks. Yeah. Like, they can easily still get on track for All In. This says Will did legit in Brian's career. Do you think Mox will try to do that to Will? He's gonna come for that neck. Mm-hmm. He's building it. He's building it up and making him neck strong so that he can take him out by his neck.
Curb stomp the hell out of him. Right to the ground.
Don't you worry about Pac. Oh, I'm not worried about Pac. Pac is. Oh, and also speaking of that Dynamite I watched it went into Rampage came on after, and so but it was when Pac had the eye patch because Malachi missed him. And so he was still, this is when they were in the Death Triangle, and they took out Ray Phoenix, and that's what he was mad about. And I think it was Alex Marvez, was asking Pac if he could compete. And he said, do I look like an invalid? He was pointing to his one good eye. It was so great. I was like, Pac is the best. I was like, God, Death Triangle was such a cool faction. I loved them. And then, unfortunately, on that Rampage, they wrestled FTR because FTR is who took out Ray Phoenix.
Mm.
Yeah, like, God dang it! I was like, even when they're not here, I'm getting stuck with them.
Yeah,
for sure. Piracy Pack, yes.
Gosh, Pac's the best.
All right, so we have Willow, who we've had this conversation about. What happens here? So Willow came back from her injury. She entered the gauntlet match and won it. Willow versus Thekla was supposed to be the all-in match prior to Willow getting hurt. We're clearly doing it here at Redemption. Keila, what are your thoughts on this? And do you think that it will be Willow versus Mercedes at All In, or do you think it's going to be Thekla versus Mercedes? Or, as some people have suggested, do you think it'll be a triple threat where it's Thekla versus Willow versus Mercedes at All In?
This is the match that has me the most torn because the winner will make me happy, the loser will make me sad. And Thekla has been fantastic as champion. It's something about Austria. I don't know what it is. Like they just create badasses. Thekla, Gunther, like they just come in with swag and they talk their shit and they can back it up in the ring. And she's so cool. And then Willow's so lovable and so wonderful in the ring. And it's like I don't know who I want to win. I'm so conflicted. And do I think Mercedes gets involved? I don't know. How do you get to a triple threat? I don't know. Tony has to figure that out if you want to go in that direction, because I feel like in my heart, Thekla should not be off this card at all in. So you have to find a way to make this a triple threat. And that will be one of your best women's matches in AEW history if you push it properly. So I'm pulling for Thekla to retain. Somehow Willow would get in the match at All In.
All right. Mel, what are your thoughts and who do you think takes it?
Yeah, I think Tekla's hanging on to this belt here because I do think that the more arguments I see for the triple threat, the more I think that the triple threat would actually be a really awesome match. And they've done a couple things with like this one's been that one and that one's been this one. And I think it would be a bigger win in Wembley than tonight. So I think having Thekla retain here and having a bigger match between the three women, maybe, in Wembley, because if you have to throw everything at Wembley because that's such a big deal. It's such a big pay-per-view. This is a brand new pay-per-view, we obviously, but I'm going to be Team Thekla. But again, that's like, if they put it on Willow, I would love it. I can't wait for Willow to be champion. I hope that Willow is champion someday. It seems like she should be. I can't wait. I think she's really going to crush it. Everyone loves her. I'm one of those people, but I think it's going to be maybe Mercedes does get involved to make it a three-way because they can't just like say, yes, that was the thing. And neither of these two can live with the fact that somebody else got involved. So, but I'm going to go with Thekla retains here.
I am also torn on this match. We've had the conversation prior to Willow returning. What do you do here? Do you have Willow win and have a short title reign and lose to Mercedes at All In? Or do you have Willow win here and defeat Mercedes because she did defeat Mercedes at the final Dynamite of the year at New Year's Smash, and that's how she became champion, and Mercedes disappeared for a little bit. We have not gotten the Mercedes crash out that it seems like we were getting. And as I mentioned then, losing to Willow at All In might be what finally causes the crash out, and perhaps eventually is the seed for... Some people think she's turning babyface. I think she will at some point, but I think it's too soon to turn Mercedes babyface. But there's also other factors like when is Tony returning and things, things like that could change things. And so on the one hand, Willow can't lose another shot at the Women's World Championship. She has lost several at this point. You need to put this title on her. Willow has been a fan favorite. She is a badass. Even if she smiles anyway, that doesn't, she made in the article, in the interview she did with Doc, she pointed out the similarities between her and Mick Foley. They're both happy people, but in the ring is when they turn it up and they can be violent if they need to be. They can be that killer. And Willow had also mentioned in the interview that if she wins, she thinks she's going to ruffle some feathers with some things that she's going to say. So I'm really conflicted because I want Willow to win the title, but I don't necessarily want her having a short title reign. And Thekla has been wonderful. Like we've talked about this so much about how much we love Thekla, how much of a badass she is. She's a phenomenal champion. She's really taken this title to a completely different level. She's killing it in Stardom. She's making herself relevant in two companies simultaneously, which is really hard to do. And somebody had a theory here, which is a theory I saw last week, is that Thekla faces Kairi. and Thekla perhaps defends her title against Kairi in Stardom, because Kairi is now a free agent. Kairi could come to AEW. There's also that possibility. Maybe Kairi's free. Maybe she comes tonight. If that, and sets, they could do Thekla versus Kairi at All In. Would also be, a way to do that. But I think you can do the triple threat, but I think you can do the triple threat with Willow as champion. Thekla can weasel. Tekla's a good talker. She can weasel her way into a title shot. And as I was going to say, if maybe Sisters of Sin get involved, but as I believe Julia, I think, is still in Japan for the 5-star stuff. So I don't know how easy it would be for her to get in from Japan, come cause some havoc, and then go back, which is possible. There's just so many. I really don't know. I would say put the title on Willow because I think it's well past time, but I also don't want a short title reign. But if Willow wins here, I think Willow has to win it All In. I think Willow deserves a longer title reign. I already don't want a 6-week title shot with title reign for Kenny Omega, and I don't want a 5-week one for Willow, but I really don't know here. I'm really torn on this one because they can build stories either way off of it. But do you deny Willow again? But then also, do you deny Mercedes at All In? Do you to have Willow have a longer title reign, or do you have her just beat Thekla? Laurent says the only way the triple threat works is if Mercedes causes a DQ. Mercedes has a guaranteed title shot. Thekla would have to wait until All Out to get a title shot unless they do a rematch on TV. Well, and they've got to build All Out too, and All Out is generally sometimes All Out is the more like violent pay-per-view. And they did, because that's where the whole Bryan Danielson stuff took place, where they turned on him and choked him out with a bag. So there's this one. So I don't know. I'm so torn. I know I need to give an answer, and I really don't know. Fernando says, how about this match ends in a no contest or a double DQ to get a triple threat? Perhaps.
I guess they could do it that way.
Yeah. Josiah thinks that Willow beats Mercedes at All In, and she thinks she gets the win here. Laurent says if Willow wins, she's retaining it All In. They would not do that to her again. Yeah, that's kind of where I'm at. I think if Willow wins here, you have to have her beat Mercedes at All In. Fernando says that he's conflicted about this. He wants Willow to win, but I don't want her to drop the title right away. Willow versus Mercedes is the money match. Sorry, Thekla. But Thekla has been so great at what she's been doing. Laurent says he thinks Willow should win. Tekla's run has been okay, especially the latter part, but she's been a champion since February. It's Willow's time, and she should have won it a long time ago. Yeah, that's not, and we all know that that's a Tony problem. Mm-hmm. Well, we obviously know what's main eventing. Kenny Omega is main eventing in Canada. But this would be, Willow does have a redemption story. That is a fair point, but there's no way. They've already announced what the main event is, but yeah. Crash says Thekla has been outstanding, so agree. I just get some feels that she telegraphed that she might take the L here. She probably feels like she shouldn't, and that's fair. They're both great talents. I guess if I have to pick, I'm going to go with Willow.
Right on.
Yes, there is some real skin in this, for sure. I think regardless, it's going to be a great match. And speaking of the main event, here is the main event. And this is another one of those of my favorite champion versus champion matchups. That was the entirety of Hangman's feud. His second reign was against all champions.
That's right.
And then we kept doing it, and I hate it. But also, I can't blame Tony Khan this time because this was MJF's idea. It came out this week that MJF is a big fan of Kevin. He's a big fan of the TNT title. He wanted it to be important. And so he wanted Kevin Knight he thought Kevin Knight should defend, or he should challenge Kenny Omega. Kevin Knight I'm a huge fan of his. I believe Mel and Keila are as well. I've been a fan of his since well before he arrived in AEW. I am really excited for him. I think this is going to be a breakout match for him. And he's already been having breakout matches, but I think this is going to be a breakout match for him. And boy, is it going to be tough to face Kenny Omega in Canada in the main event. Keila, what are your thoughts on this one, and who do you think takes it?
Well, we know who's going to take it. We don't doubt that for 1 second. But I will give Kenny Omega credit, as I call him Kenneth, his government name, fully, because he did an incredible job a couple of Dynamites ago selling me on this match to make me believe that Kevin Knight was truly deserving of an AEW World Championship shot. He sold it with the promo, and he is going to do everything he can to make this match be incredible tonight. Kevin is so talented and gifted. This will be a career-defining performance for him that I hope that Tony remembers, and he will just keep that in the back of his mind for when the push is going to come for him in a couple of years' time. I think this is going to be a fantastic main event. Outcome is very obvious with Kenny retaining the championship. This should be a tremendous main event. And I know that in Atlanta at Magic City, the lemon pepper wings will be sauced up and ready to go. Even if he loses, I'm eating well this evening because Magic City does deliver. They do deliver those wings.
And Kevin Knight knows that he's talked about it
all the time, religiously.
All the time. Yes, he has. All right, Mel, what are your thoughts? And well, I'll just say, what are your thoughts? Because I think we all are on the same page about the outcome.
Yeah, I definitely think Kenny's retaining because Kenny's obviously going into Wembley versus Ospreay. What I think is great about this match is that this is like the biggest match of Kevin Knight's career, honestly. And sure. I know because Kenny Omega loves wrestling and he's such a great talent, is that he is going to give Kevin everything. And this is going to be, there's going to be near falls. You're going to almost forget that he could Kenny knows what to do. This is Kevin's to lose, and I don't think that guy has it in his head to do anything but perform. I think this is going to be a really big level up night for Kevin Knight. I don't think winning necessarily. I don't think he needs to win tonight for this to help continue. And you asked a question about it, and Tony Khan has been high on Kevin Knight, so I don't see any reason why this doesn't end up being this is going to be a banger. This one probably should have gone in my book preemptively too, because it's probably going to be and if Kevin Knight really shows out the way that I think that he can, it's not going to matter. Like the outcome, it's just going to be such a good match that people are going to be happy. This is like one of those times. Sometimes I question Tony Khan's main events, and I'm like, I wouldn't put that one. And I'm not just on the women factor. I mean, on every factor. Like there are times when I'm like, I probably would have made this the main event. There's no question this should be the main event of this pay-per-view, in my opinion.
Kenny should absolutely be main event in Canada. And I think that it speaks volumes of what multiple people think of Kevin Knight to put him in this position. Tony has said several times, he thinks very highly of Kevin Knight. Clearly MJF thinks highly of him if he thought that he deserved to wrestle Kenny in the main event. I don't know if it was a specific pay-per-view or if he was just saying that he thought Kevin Knight should be the one to challenge Kenny. So his own peers clearly think very highly of him. And they have no reason not to. Kevin Knight is incredible. Like he's had incredible matches in Boss J on the, just everywhere he's been incredible. He has stepped up. He's the one, he had that incredible match with Switchblade, and then Jay ended up getting hurt, and they felt that Kevin was good enough to put him in a pay-per-view spot 3 days into his All Elite tenure. So they clearly, and he's delivered every single time, and I have no doubt that he will rise to the occasion. This is going to be clearly, definitely the biggest match of his career, and a loss to Kenny Omega in Canada is not going to hurt Kevin Knight at all. It's only going to propel him further, and I think that I think Kevin Knight will hold that title eventually. I think he and Kyle Fletcher are two of the biggest, and I think maybe more immediate impact stars that we see. And because you have like Jack Perry, who obviously wants the title. You think, there's obviously these guys are coming, Nick Wayne, all these guys are coming in and they want this, but of everybody, the two that I see holding this title eventually is Kyle Fletcher and Kevin Knight. I think they both are phenomenal, and I think Kevin's going to be great here. And then I've said it, I think I said it last week, and I know we've been talking about it. I know Ospreay is walking out of All In as champion, but God, I want Kenny to win that match so bad at All In. I don't want a short title reign. I don't care what Kenny wants. I don't care if I will force him to have a title reign, but I want him to win so bad. But I'm really, really looking forward to this match, and I think it's gonna be great. Fernando says that Kevin Knight is low key. It's very important low-key signing for AEW. Oh, absolutely. 100%. Kevin Knight is going to be the face of AEW in a few years. He's really been working on his promos, and God, that last week where he came and he did the run-in where he jumped off the rope and hit Kenny with the belt and made him bleed. Like, that was the perfect way to like really kick this feud into gear. I don't think he meant to make him bleed, but the spot was still really, really great. And I'm glad that people see what we see in Kevin. Crash says, to be honest, I thought Kevin missed a beat on his promo with Kenny, but these are all experiences to learn and grow. Yeah, he will certainly show up in the ring. Match itself is a notch on the belt that he deserves. Let's see here. No, I don't think that this says Kevin winning would be great booking. There's no way Kenny Omega is not going. Kevin Knight is not facing Will Ospreay at All In. That's just not happening.
No.
Do you think the Elite have hindered AEW? No.
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 Nope.
Not at all.
I think they are.
The Elite are the reason AEW exists.
Yeah.
Like, there would be no. I mean, yes, Tony obviously funded
it. Popped me so hard last night on Collision when he said, because there were the people in the audience that were doing the Be the Elite chant, and Mox was like, "There's something wrong with that audience back there." It was such a deep cut. I was like, "Oh my God, you nerd!"
Mox was great too about how he was putting over. He's so good at this. We've talked about how he will, like, he was hating on the Young Bucks, but he was putting them over. Like when Matt was doing the Northern Lights that he always does, and he was talking about, he's like, there's that classic Matt Buck strength that that he has, or Matt Jackson rather, and he was like, he's really good about like balancing the two, and yeah. Mox was great on commentary. So now that I believe we have gone through every match on the card, I don't think there's any more. So we've kind of already said, but I'll ask you again. Keila, what is your sleeper match of the night?
Sleeper match is definitely going to be the ladder match. That one's going to be wild.
For sure. Mel, what do you think? What do you think is the sleeper match?
I am going to make my sleeper the double chain match between the Dogs and Jay and Juice, because Jay White back on a pay-per-view is going to be my favorite thing. I'm so happy to see that guy back. I just love him. I love him. He's wonderful.
For sleeper, I think, because I think people are expecting the ladder match to be good, so I don't know that I would necessarily call it a sleeper. I think it's going to surprise people and how good it actually is going to be. I think that will be surprising, but I think I'm going to go. I think with the sleeper match, I think I might actually go with Mark Davis on Andrade. I think they may end up surprising people because that title doesn't matter to a lot of people. So I think they're going to. I mean, the chain match is going to be incredible too. So maybe I would put that up there, but then I would also put Mark Davis versus Andrade, because I think just the two of them are going to have a fantastic match. And it says my sleeper is Bandido versus Fletcher. Yes, Commander is exceptional. Jay White beat Kevin Knight. Well, he didn't leave for a year. He was out injured. But he comes back and finds that Kevin is bigger. Well, yeah, because he was gone. He had two surgeries actually. He had, I believe, surgery on his. I believe it was on his hand, and then he ended up having shoulder surgery as well. So that's why he was out for so long. So, but he did come back to Kevin Knight being in a huge position, and but I think that we eventually are going to see Jay White in that title picture, and I better see AEW World Champion, not that dumb bullshit they did with MJF with the fake title. We better see him with an actual title. All right, Keila, what is going to be? I think we've already talked about this too. But what do you think is going to be match of the night?
It will be Kyle Fletcher and Bandido. I believe that will be the match of the night. Main event might be a very close second. Ladder match, I think, will be in the third spot for sure. Lots of really good potential match of the year candidates on this card.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, if this is our only redemption, we'll get
our first and last.
Our first and last, we'll at least get some gems and get some match of the year contenders out of it. Mel, what is your match of the night?
Yeah, I 100% agree with that. For me, the match of the night is Bandido Fletcher, with obviously the main event being it's going to be tight. I mean, obviously it's the main event, so that may be the thing that escalates it to being the match of the night because of it being at the end of the night. But I just think that Bandido Fletcher match has just match of the year potential written all over it, because those two are going to go hard. I am very. I mean, again, this is another. If Tony Khan does nothing else well, he gives us excellent pay-per-views, and I mean,
for sure.
Even like I had a friend who was like, "I'm saying this knowing that all these pay-per-views have been like just top notch," and he's like, Forbidden Door wasn't as good, but that's saying that in a year where every single pay-per-view has just been just grand slam. They've all been great, so I think this will be fun. It will probably be the one and only. I'm originally from near Quebec, so I totally understand. Like, believe me, it's not the best place. I hope this crowd is good. I think you need a lot of Canadians to win to get this crowd.
Yeah, because the last time they were in Canada, they didn't have. I think they had one Canadian win on the last time that they were in Canada. I think
that the Detroit crowd that's going to follow this show up next week when we show up Wednesday and Thursday are going to be. It's going to be like we're going to be louder than this crowd in Canada. So. They needed to have multiple Canadian wins to really get. It's hard to get French Canadians excited. No offense.
Desire, are you still here? What are your thoughts?
He knows what I'm.
I know. We were actually there was somebody. We were actually just talking about something similar last night.
We've had this discussion because I got to meet him. I was super lucky, and I got to meet him the one time.
Yeah,
and we talked about it, and he's like, he knows. He knows. Okay, good. Excellent.
I think Montreal is usually hot for wrestling. Unfortunately, Josiah did not get to go to the show, which we were sad about. He says Quebec City, not so much. Yeah. It was rough for the Canadians last time. Yeah, that's what I thought. I think we had one Canadian win on that show, if I remember right.
This is Northeast Canada, so I do have a lot of there's been a lot of building up of this area's wrestling community, so there could be some Maine and New Hampshire people that actually go over the border for this one. I'm with you guys. I think that Kyle and Bandido match of the night, Kenny versus Kevin Knight, is going to be a real close second. The latter match is going to be also top three match. I think it's going to be a banger. I know that you're getting ready to go to the Fallout shows are in Detroit, which is the perfect time. And also, I wasn't thinking about it until somebody pointed it out. Thursday night's Collision is live, so they're not taping it. No, it's
there will be the 1 hour crossover with TNA Wrestling, which is the former home of the Motor City Machine Gun. So a theory I would throw, because somebody said that they quote tweeted something I had posted on Blue Sky the other day. Oh, my gif about them being free agents, or that meme. And they're what now? And they have their shirts tied up. So their prediction was that that Motor City debuts in the crossover hour. I'm still sticking with my theory that they appear on Dynamite, have the first match on Collision. And if I'm Tony Khan, I'm going to be petty as hell against Carlos Silva. I would have that first match be in the crossover hour.
Could happen.
And so now that we do have some free agents open, especially Keila, this is for both of you. Do you see anybody showing up tonight? I will point out briefly, obviously, I think because they're in Detroit, obviously that's where they're doing, but Motor City's band has a show today in Detroit. So we know for sure that Motor City will not be.
They are in the counties.
Yes, their band is playing a show tonight. I did see Alex post that in his story. So do we think anybody is showing up tonight that's free? Or do you think they're going to wait?
I think we're going to wait until Wednesday for Motor City to show up for sure. I think other surprises will come at All In.
Because it's a new day at All In.
Of course it is. Of course it is. Sure. And I don't know what name it's going to be. There'll be the new something. The new afternoon.
Just the new.
The new.
They'll make it some kind of acronym for them.
A better day is going to debut.
The best day.
The best day. There we go.
Yes, here we go. If this was if Broken Matt was naming it, that's what he does call. He did call them the day of the new. Back in the Broken universe, that's what he referred to them as. And I did see they were at. I don't know if it was at Comic-Con or what type of a signing they were at. But they posted a picture with Bo Dallas and said something, well, howdy, or something like that, and had a picture with them. And then they also had a picture. Oh, they had a picture with Liger.
Nice.
So the Hardy, I was like, the Hardys are having the best day over there. And then we saw, I don't know, at Revolver, which is Sami Callihan's promotion, the former Joe Gacy showed up there. John Moxley also did too. He showed up to answer an open challenge and wrestled in Revolver for the first time since 2024. And then there is another show. I guess it already happened. And apparently Dexter Lumis and Joe Gacy reunited at that show. So it sounds like, and then Andre Chance, I keep wanting to say Chance, he's been in Produce, and then he was at Firestar, which is in Greensboro. He showed up to that show the other night. So they're showing up in places for sure. So, and Tony, obviously, he said on the call that he's keeping an eye on things. It's a very exciting time for pro wrestling, he says. And so it'll be interesting to see if anybody comes tonight. But he also, I meant to bring this up before. He also kind of hinted that Swerve might come back tonight. Because somebody asked where Swerve has been. He's like, oh, I'll be with him at Comic-Con. And he was like, and I can't remember the rest of what he said, but I was like, he sounds like he practically said Swerve will be at Redemption.
Were there Hangman rumors too? Because I know that a lot of people think Hangman's name got thrown around a little bit too.
They did ask where Hangman's been. Hangman has been, and I think it went under the radar because of the promo that he was cutting. He obviously is talking about the titles. He's been dealing with a pinched nerve.
Okay.
I mean, I do think the chyron they put up about the vasectomy, I think that it was legitimate, but he's also been dealing with a pinched nerve, and he talked about how he's been learning a lot about whatever the technical term is for a pinched nerve, and I think that's why people like it went right over their heads. So he did say that he'll sound like he'll be on TV. So like if he's not at Redemption, he'll probably be on like Dynamite or Collision in Detroit.
It's ridiculous.
That's
part of it. I know that because I've also have back pain, and it made me laugh when my back doctor told me about that nerve pain in your back is actually called radiculitis. And I made a joke about finding that humorous because that's the kind of humor that was where I was. When he said it, I remember when he said it, I was like, I actually know what that means. He's saying it's like compressed radiculus.
Yeah, like, something like that.
Yeah, it's silly. They do call it that. It's so stupid.
Yeah, so I guess it depends on how that pinched nerve is coming along, but it sounds like he'll be. And Tony kind of pretty much hinted like he's going to be involved sooner rather than later.
Swerve seems like the most
Swerve
obvious.
is going to be. So I almost see Swerve coming back tonight more than I do any of the new releases showing up, unless it's Kyrie. Yeah. Kyrie would be smart. This is an interesting question. Crash said, does anyone else think Motor City might be a good fit for the Dogs, especially if the feud with the Bang Bang Gang continues, even if the numbers on the Guns side, or with the Guns? What's interesting about that you mentioned is Jay White, when he was on Excursion, was in TNA and he lived with Alex Shelley. And and then when Alex was doing his Hill singles run, he called Jay by his government name on TV, which is, I mean, it's Jamie, so it's not like it's that, but he just like, it was a real, that's one of the best promos Alex Shelley has ever cut, was that promo on, and probably because they know each other so well. So maybe them teaming up with the Dogs against Jay, that could be intriguing. And Hill Motor City Machine Guns are a lot of fun when they're given the opportunity to do things. So that could be, I had not considered that possibility, but I'm kind of here for it. That would be fun. But yeah, they do have, because they have that direct tie with them. And then but Juice and Jay were tag champions during when Motor City was there again. I want to say that I think they had some matches against each other, I want to say. So there's definitely some relationship there. Fernandez said, what are your thoughts on the release of Ty Mello? Can she succeed in WWE? Well, she's already been in WWE once. She was in NXT. That's where she was in NXT. And I think had been cut prior to her, a bit prior for her coming to AEW. So from what Tony says, she wants to step away from wrestling in general. Is it permanent? I don't think she's necessarily retiring, but maybe she's dealing with some stuff. She is a mom to a toddler. Maybe that's a factor. Maybe she wants to have more children, or maybe she realizes that the women's division is a lot different from the women's division that when she first joined, and she missed a lot of time. So maybe there's some of that. So I don't necessarily, I mean, she could go to WWE, but what she told Tony was that she loves AEW and she loves the people who work there, but she needed to step away from wrestling. So it sounds like she's taking a break, but it's wrestling. So, but she's been in NXT before. I heard that too. I saw some reference to Ty posting about something about gardening, and she was kind of alluding to the fact that something about if you don't blame it on the pot if it can't grow properly, or it was just like some kind of like, some people are taking it as she's leaving AEW and going to wrestle somewhere else, but from what Tony's version of events, she's taking a break from wrestling. Is she taking a break until she gets signed by WWE? Perhaps. Maybe she goes to TNA because God knows they need some help in their women's division. So, but I do appreciate Tony not forcing her to stay there if she doesn't want to wrestle. But he says Sammy is in good standing. He said Sammy wasn't trying to start anything, and he never had AEW in his bio to begin with, and people were just speculating. And it sounds like Sammy's still under contract and is at least there through the end of his contract. Does he get re-signed? And who knows how much, I don't know how much longer is on his contract, but it's from what Tony says, he's staying put. And then also Anna Jay, she signed a contract extension, and she is injured, had an MRI last week. And so there's no details on what the injury is or the length of her contract extension, but she's not going anywhere either. So that is where those things are at. But yes. So I believe we have covered all of the things to cover today. So Keila, where can the people find you?
Well, you can find me on Twitter at Lady Wrestling X, as well as on Threads, Lady Wrestling, and on Blue Sky at Lady Wrestling X as well. I will be back on this network Saturday night, officially back with Scott to recap night one of SummerSlam. The one benefit of WWE being on ESPN is that the show will end by 9:30.
Because Keila will be in bed.
I'll be in bed, but I'll be up Saturday night to cover.
Oh, she'll be up for Saturday night, yes. I will be not covering it for here, and I will not be at night one of SummerSlam because I will be at Ashe, but I will be covering night two I will be helping out with Wrestle Inc.'s coverage of that. So I'm hoping they put the cage match on night one, so I don't have to watch it.
They probably we won't know until Saturday.
Yeah, I mean, I do. Listen, I mean, of course it's Oba, and I always love Oba, but I'm really hoping. I was like, please make me miss that match. I don't want to look at him. I am, however, I will tell you on Raw, the entire highlight. This is how bad Raw was. Highlight of Raw was that they announced the highlight of Raw was them announcing that Darius Rucker is singing the national anthem at night 2.
Listen, when Sam says that. Raw was terrible on Monday. Bad. That might have been like probably the worst one they've done since before they left USA Network. That's how bad that episode was.
It was bad. Like we were all scrambling because we do the love hated column and none of us. And it was so bad. My editor was considering letting me write the loved about Darius Rucker. That's how bad it was. And so I ended up writing.
Sam was like, I have to do a hate and a love. You better hold my hand.
Yes. And then let her cry for having to watch it.
Oh my God. Like what happened? Because at least like there's one reliable show, despite how bad things are creatively. Right. Monday Night Raw usually does not let us down. This was bad.
This was like watching TNA.
Yes.
It was the TNA episode. It was so bad. And so I did find a love. I loved Oba Squash and JD McDonough.
That was funny. that was enjoyable.
I mean, at least, and then I was like, I guess also, because Doc and I were talking about it, and he was like, I guess Danhausen driving the car with EO. That was kind of funny.
We're just scraping the bottom of the barrel.
We are scraping the bottom of the barrel. But I was like, oh, good. I was like, at least Darius is covering. I mean, he will be performing on night 2, which I will be watching. But there are people in there who are my age, but there are a lot of people who are younger. And either they don't listen to country music, so they don't know who Darius is. And I was like, Darius had an entire gigantic career before he had his second act as a country singer. Like, I'm like, do you people not know who Hootie and the Blowfish is? I was like, you don't know them. And like the younger ones I get, but the people who are my age, and they were like, well, not by the song title. And I was like, you don't know Hold My Hand or Let Her Cry or I Only Want to Be With You. I was like, what is happening? Please, we are losing our history.
I'm not even kidding you. I saw them live.
Fantastic. Unfortunately, and they're from South Carolina.
It was a really fun time.
I want to see them so bad. I love Hootie and the Blowfish.
I mean, back in the day, my sister and I we had albums. We knew who they were, and we actually went and saw them in a live, in-concert setting.
I love them, as you can tell. So I'm excited. And then as I was writing, because I did get to write the art. My editor was like, Sam, I think you have to be the one. First of all, this is news because this night is so slow. Nothing is happening on this damn show. He's like, and secondly, you're very excited. So I guess I have to, by law, let you write about it. And so I found out that Darius, because I knew Darius was a wrestling fan, but he has a WWE line through Fanatics. And so he has like men's shirts, WWE shirts through Fanatics. So I guess that's how this partnership happened, but regardless, I'm just glad I get to see it.
Here's me, I'm backwards. I knew Hootie and the Blowfish and only basically found out this week when he was singing. There was the country song someone was singing at karaoke, and they're like, yeah, this is Darius Rucker, and I'm like, huh?
Yeah, he's had a very successful country music career for
I know this
the last 10 years at least. He's been
I just didn't realize all those songs that people were singing at karaoke, like half of them were his.
Yeah, he's got a really good catalog in both top 40 and country, and he lives in London now. He moved to He moved to London a few months ago. Apparently, him and his fiance, I think, or something like that. But yeah, so I'm excited about Darius, and that is like literally that, like I said, the highlight of Raw. So thanks. I'm hoping the matches that I'm interested in, I'm like, please be on night 2. But please really just don't let that
I will manifest the matches that you want to watch being on your night for you.
Okay. Josiah says that Anna confirmed that her injury is a shoulder injury. Yeah, Tony didn't say. He just said she was injured and had an MRI last week. So thank you for that. Yeah, Spotify algorithm.
I don't know if it ever had one, man.
Curryhead says, outside of the New Day and Motor City, what stars do you want to see in AEW? I would like to get some women in there. Like, I'd love to see Kairi. I think she goes back to Japan or does some freelance stuff, but We need some more women. But Tony did say, unprompted, he's working on building up the women's tag team division. And I would tell him to look at the King Bees, because Charity King's tag partner, Danny B, took a year off and is back. And they are a phenomenal tag team. And I freaking love Charity King as a singles wrestler, but I will take her, but she's a phenomenal tag team wrestler. And so Tony Khan, at least book them for ROH so that you can see what they can do. And then Fernando says that it's awesome to hear from you again, Keila. Please come back soon.
Thank you, Fernando. I appreciate it.
And make sure you come on Saturday. So even if you don't watch SummerSlam, go listen to Keila talk about it.
Yes.
Much like Trick Williams, she's going to talk about it.
Yes, Keila obviously is an official bra and has an opening.
But hopefully, at least Trick Williams is not going to be banished to the pre-show.
Oh, God. Oh my God, like he was.
I will manifest all my favorite thoughts for both of you. I will be manifesting success of your pay-per-views because I want you to enjoy them, and I'm glad you're getting paid, Sam.
Me too. All right. So come back next Sunday. We will obviously have, we'll talk about this show and what we got right and wrong.
And I will be live at Dynamite and Collision following this pay-per-view on Wednesday and Thursday. So I know it's live.
Before we go, look who just showed up in the chat.
Word, how are you?
Oh my gosh.
Oh my goodness.
Did you come to get hyped for the fact that I am going to manifest a pay-per-view in Detroit someday this week? I hope you're doing okay down there and you're avoiding hurricanes.
Yes. Oh my gosh, we're so glad to have you grace us with your presence. Like genuinely.
Yes, thank you for stopping by. I'm glad
I saw that name pop up and I was like, wait, don't end the stream yet.
I'm so glad. I'm so glad I did it. It's so good to see you.
So that's exactly why he's here, is because he knows you're going to manifest that pay-per-view and you're going to yell at Tony Khan on Wednesday and Thursday.
Oh yeah,
he's got 2 days to deal with you.
The person I feel the worst for is Don Callis, because we boo him so loud that jerk cannot talk when he's there, and it's like even I saw like Tony Schiavone and the X like throw their hands up at one point during our. So. And if Motor City shows up, it's going to make it 10 times worse because Detroit is just going to get cray.
That is after the reaction they got when they debuted in WWE, where 99% of the people had no clue who they were. They deserve to have that reaction.
A big pop and reaction.
Oh yeah, people might cry. They might.
I say should. Tears of joy.
I might be people.
People are you.
Yeah. Maybe me. I would be very excited.
Nikki says listening to Keila would be way better than watching SummerSlam.
And listen,
I mean,
I promise you, I will not be on WWE radio. Fuck that.
Love it. The only time I really do indulge in any subject myself, however you want to phrase that, to WWE is listening to Keila and Scott, because I'd rather listen to them talk about it than actually watch the product.
And bless them, because
bless you for caring about it.
It's a lot to have to work with, because it's been what was the thing that came out the other day? They've been on a ratings decline for, was it 18 months?
18 months, and it continues.
By 2020, if they don't get it right by 2028, they're gonna make some changes. Is the word going around?
2028 will be
not gonna fire Triple H, but like they're gonna give them all of next year to turn it around, and if they don't, then
and I did say 2028. Yeah, I said 2028 when we might see this get better.
You did.
I called it. We just gotta suffer, y'all.
Yes.
We gotta suffer through 2 more years of this.
One day I'm gonna
guys, because I want your stuff to be good. You guys are fun, yeah.
Radio Free WWE. RJ City showed up at Mystery Wrestling, and he joked that he was gonna start AEW Radio, and it was gonna be him and Tony Schiavone on at 6 a.m.
Oh my God, Tony Schiavone at 6 a.m. is too
Lord
much.
Jesus, it's too much, man. 7 is too much. Can we just get RJ and Renee at 6 o'clock in the morning.
Amen.
Please,
Let's do that. I want them to do
I
the,
do
that
love
would be the
Mick
world.
Foley, but God, I miss RJ City on TV. I mean,
Yeah,
I know
me
he's
too.
busy doing a million other things, but I need him back on TV with Renee. I
Or
love
Tony Storm.
Yeah.
and she would be so much fun.
She's great. Oh, that'd be the best morning show ever.
Oh, it really would.
Imagine Tony and RJ City, because RJ did so much with that story. Give Juice and Tony a radio show.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, that'd be funny.
Give
would be
Mox
shock
4
jock.
hours in
If
the
you want-
afternoon for drive
Yeah.
time.
Yes.
Exactly. I was like, they're
Yeah.
shock jock level. That's the afternoon drive. I'm
Crush,
in.
Crush says that Don West and Mike Tenay are waiting.
With the 1-900 number, I hope, because
Yes.
that's the only way to do it.
Yeah, it has to be a 100.
They do the
100
collect
number.
call where they say, hi, I want the job. Would you like to accept a collect call from I want a job? Oh God.
All right. Okay, we're gone for real. Make sure that you have subscribed to, if you haven't already subscribed to the network. There's lots of great stuff because while Mel will be live and in person, I'm sure the Dynamite show is going to have some thoughts right after Dynamite. And again, Keila is going to be doing the SummerSlam shows, and then of course they're speaking of Strong Style on Thursdays. And then we'll come back to tell you so I can ask questions to Mel about Motor City. And if she got our pay-per-view. So make sure that you come back all week, really. We've got stuff for you going on all week, and you need to come see all of us and come help us in the chat and
which we appreciate
in the algorithm.
All right. Everybody have a good week. Thanks, guys.